読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直してで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているエキスしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直している
A very good evening here from Hyde Stadium as the Sioux Falls Sunfish travel to Pierre to take on the Pierre Trappers in Game 2 of a quick two-game series from Hyde Stadium. The Sunfish try to sweep the Trappers in a quick two-game series and 3 games overall, as there was a one-game series played in Sioux Falls back on Tuesday. Coming into today's game, the Sioux Falls Sunfish carry a record of 8-10 into the game against the Trappers, while the Trappers have lost 6 in a row and have dropped to a record of 6-11 on the year. Both teams are towards the bottom of the Clark Division standings, with the Sunfish in 4th, 7.5 back on the division leading Fremont Moo. The Trappers at 6-11 in 5th place out of 6 teams, 9 games back on Fremont, with the last place team in the Clark Division being the Hastings Sodbusters, sitting at 6-13, 10 games back on the leader. Taking a look at the starting lineups tonight for the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Pierre Trappers. First for the visiting Sioux Falls Sunfish. They'll lead things off with the second baseman, number 24, JT Mix. Batting second, the catcher, number 3, Declan Beers. Batting third, the first baseman, number 7, Zeph Hoffbauer. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, number 37, in Norris McClure. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 31, Jonathan Brandon. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 4, Adonis Forte. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 10, Benito Garcia. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 1, Kenneth Dutka. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 20, Dylan Cricket Danielson. Starting on the mound for the Sioux Falls Sunfish is Andrew Garcia. Starting for the Pierre Trappers tonight, a couple new players, including leading off the center fielder, number 11, Brennan Van Brusigen, making his debut for the Trappers. Another member making their Trapper debut, the shortstop, number 22, Patrick Connor, bats second. Batting third, the first baseman, number 28, Joey Bramonti. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 33, and Caden Cardoso. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 13, Brendan Perez. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 35, Nicholas Strong. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 23, Brock Reinhardt. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 21, Jacob Newman. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 2, in Thomas McKenna. Starting pitcher for the Trappers in his third start of the season, number 32, in Jared Shelton. Shelton will also be making his second start of the season against the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Sunfish trying to extend their winning streak to 4 games, as they've gotten 2 straight over the Trappers, and including 1 over the Souris Valley Saberdogs. They'll try to win 3 in a row against the Trappers, 1 at Caras Park and 2 here at Hyde Stadium. Meanwhile, for the Trappers, they've dropped 6 straight, 5 on the road, and then their opener here at Hyde Stadium. For a 6-game losing streak, they fell from 6-5 to 6-11, trying to break a very tough streak for the Pierre Trappers. For the Trappers, it's a quick 2-game homestand before they travel tomorrow for a road trip to Minot, North Dakota to take on the Souris Valley Saberdogs. Meanwhile, for the Sunfish, an interesting scheduling conflict means they have to travel to Carroll, Iowa. They'll have a day off tomorrow, 1 game on Saturday, then a doubleheader against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks on Father's Day on Sunday. We'll take a quick break for the national anthem and we'll be right back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams for this first pitch between the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Pierre Trappers here on Wednesday, June 17th.
Honor those who gave their lives for our freedom, those still deployed, and those that have returned safely. Those in attendance are reminded that proper respect is to remove any headgear and stand at attention with your hand over your heart. Retired military and active duty personnel have a uniform, they salute the flag. Tonight's anthem is being performed by Stephanie Otto.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
Well, the national anthem has been sung, and that means it's time to play ball here from Hyde Stadium between the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the Pierre Trappers. Take a look one more time at the defensive lineup for the Trappers and the batting order for the Sioux Falls Sunfish before we get underway. As we wait for first pitch to be thrown here at Hyde Stadium. For Sioux Falls, they'll have Dylan Cricket Danielson making his first start in the outfield. He will be the starting left fielder tonight for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Adonis Forte in center, Kenneth Dutka in right field, Jonathan Brandon at third, Benito Garcia at shortstop, JT Mix at second, Zeph Hoffpower at first. The battery for the Sunfish will be Andrew Garcia, so a pair of Garcias for Sioux Falls starting tonight with Declan Beers behind the plate. For Pierre, they'll start defensively with Caden Cardoso in left field. Brennan Van Brussegen, one of the two newcomers to the Trappers lineup, starting in center field. Jacob Newman will get the start in right. Brendan Perez at third base. Patrick Connor, the second of the two newcomers, will be the starting shortstop, taking the job of Braden Cordes from yesterday. Thomas McKenna will be at second base. Joseph Ramonti at first. Jared Shelton on the mound with Nicholas Strong behind the plate doing the catching. Batting order one more time for the Sioux Falls Sunfish before we get underway. They'll lead things off with the second baseman Mix, the catcher Beers, the first baseman Hoffpower, the designated hitter McClure, the third baseman Brandon, the center fielder Forte, the shortstop Garcia, the right fielder Dutka, and the left fielder Cricket Danielson. Pitching for the Sunfish when we come back for the bottom of the first inning will be Andrew Garcia. Starting pitcher for the Trappers tonight is Jared Shelton. In 4 appearances, has 2 starts, no record but a save, a 3.95 ERA in 13 2/3 innings pitched. 11 base hits, 9 runs, 6 of them earned. 7 base hits, 15 strikeouts, has not given up a long ball so far this season. Last pitched against the Sioux Falls Sunfish back in the early part of the road trip. It was the final game of those 6 consecutive games that the Trappers and Sunfish played against each other. Got a no decision in the start, pitching 6 innings, allowing 5 hits, 1 run. It was not earned, 3 walks and 5 strikeouts. Also pitched in relief against Sioux Falls. Pitched 3 innings, got the save, no hits, no runs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. So Shelton has been hot against the Sunfish so far. And leading things off will be JT Mix for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. All white uniforms for Sioux Falls with black hats, multicolored sleeves, teal on the right, orange on the left, with a multicolored Sunfish word mark across the front. Orange numbers will be on the back. For the Trappers, first time wearing gold at home, white pants, gold uniforms, gold hats as well, with the Trappers word mark on the front, black numbers on the front and back. Gold caps with the Trap logo as well for the hometown Trappers. First pitch of the game will go low for ball number 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to the leadoff man in JT Mix. Mix yesterday went 3 for 5 with a double and 2 RBIs. He's batting .342 on the year. Second pitch will go high above the letters, ball 2. Mix an Augustana Viking, originally from Farmers Branch, Texas. Middle infield playing more towards the outfield side. Ball will run inside for ball 3. So corner infield playing farther into home plate than middle infield. Outfield at normal depth for the leadoff batter, JT Mix. 3-0 will catch the strike zone on the inside part of the plate for the first strike of the ball game. 3 balls and 1 strike. Shelton takes a deep breath before stepping back out onto the rubber. Winds up and deals, and a pop fly heading over our heads in the press box for strike 2. So now a full count to the leadoff batter, JT Mix. Pitch will go high over the helmet for ball 4. So the leadoff man gets on for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, and they are an extremely aggressive team on the base paths. Lead the league in stolen bases and stolen base attempts. They're 79 for 118 in 18 completed games. Declan Beers, the catcher, steps in. He's batting .372 on the year. Got a day off yesterday, but back in Sioux Falls went 1 for 5 with a strikeout against the Trappers. Shelton now dealing with a runner at first. First pitch will go outside. Strong drops the ball. It will be a ball anyway. Nothing doing from the runner at first in JT Mix. Beers, a Northern Iowa area community college Trojan. Ball will miss slow for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. This season against the Trappers is batting 4 for 14. 16 base hits on the year, 2 of them for extra bases, both doubles. So now a 2-0 count, and a swing will get through to the left side. First 2 runners get on, one by a walk and one by a base hit. JT Mix will advance to second base, and the Sunfish are in business here in the first inning. It brings up Hoffpower, who has not batted against the Trappers in the last 2 games. His last appearance was in the Sunday series finale against the Souris Valley Saberdogs. Ended up going 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks in that game. Went 2 for 8 in the entire series against the Saberdogs. First pitch swinging on a pitch in the dirt. Strong comes out for a block for strike number 1. So now an 0-1 count, runners at first and second. Second pitch runs inside, called strike number 2. Umpires tonight are Tristan Jones behind home plate and Samuel Barrett in the field. So now an 0-2 count to Zeph Hoffpower, the 3-hole batter for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, as the Sunfish try to strike here in the first inning for the second game in a row. Fly ball hit into left field. That will drop for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is JT Mix. The fire in from Cardoso will keep Declan Beers to only advancing 1 bag, but it is 1-0 Sunfish in the first inning for the second consecutive day. 2 straight base hits. Zeph Hoffpower gets on. Beers will advance to second base. Coming around to score is JT Mix, and still nobody out in the inning. It brings up Norris McClure. McClure got a day off, making his first appearance at Hyde Stadium. Against the Trappers at Karis Park in Sioux Falls, went 3 for 5 with 3 RBIs, including a 3-run home run. Pitch will miss outside, ball 1. So back-to-back base hits following a leadoff walk to JT Mix. Pitch catches, strikes on a delayed strike call. Strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody out. Top 1. Sunfish 1. Trappers nothing. An early start for the Sunfish as they scored in the first inning yesterday as well. Pitch will go outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. First time in a couple starts for Shelton that he's allowed an earned run. Two balls, 1 strike. Shelton will accept the sign. The windup and pitch on the 2-1 catches the outside part of the plate for strike number 2. Will even the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. To the designated hitter, Norris McClure. McClure with 4 base hits on the season, batting .444. The 2-2. Called strike number 3. McClure takes a second outside of the box before walking back to the dugout. Strikeout number 1 of the day, and also out number 1. It brings up Jonathan Brandon with 1 gone. Brandon, the Louisiana Ragin' Cajun, went 3 for 9 in the series against the SaberDogs. Has not played against the Trappers in this 2-game span. First pitch misses for ball 1. In the original 6 games that the Trappers and Sunfish played against each other, however, Brandon went a combined 4 for 20. Runners at first and second, Hoffpower at first, Beers at second base. The 1-0, check swing. They're going to appeal down to the field umpire who says no swing. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 away. Runners at first and second for the Sunfish. Two-0. Swung on to the third base side. That gets through for a base hit. Cardoso will pick it up as it gets past Perez. Coming home to score is Declan Beers. And it's now 2-0 Sunfish here in the top of the first. Not the start that the Trappers wanted, especially if they want to end this losing streak. It will bring up Adonis Forte after the base hit by Jonathan Brandon, and already 3 base hits for the Sunfish here in the first inning. So Hoffpower advances to second with Beers coming in to score off the Brandon RBI single. Forte steps back in the box. First pitch still coming to the Sunfish center fielder. Pitch outside for ball 1. Correction, called strike for strike number 1. So no balls, 1 strike. Pitch goes high, and that will even the count at 1-1. So far, the Trappers struggling here in the first inning after 3 base hits by Brandon Hoffpower and Beers, only out as a strikeout to Norris McClure. Pitch will catch the strike zone yet again. Strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Forte played yesterday and played well, 2 for 3 with a triple and an RBI. Batting .317 on the year with 4 extra base hits with 13 total base hits. 1-2 will be spoiled off, staying in the ballpark. Count remains 1-2 with 2 away. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes. The windup and pitch will go high, evens the count at 2-2. Mascot night here at Hyde Stadium for National Mascot Day. 2-2 with 2 runners on. A swing and a miss for strike number 3. Forte goes down swinging. Second strikeout of the inning for Jared Shelton. It brings up Benito Garcia, who after having a very slow point of the season in which he went hitless for multiple games, had a base hit back in Sioux Falls, then went 2 for 4 yesterday, including a 2-run home run. First pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. So Shelton starts the batter Garcia with an 0-1 count. Taking a look at Shelton's last start against the Sunfish. Pitched relatively quick innings. got into a bit of trouble in the fourth, but other than that, it was smooth sailing. Fly ball into left field, chasing after it's Cardoso. Cardoso reaches up and will make the catch for out number 3. The Sunfish, however, do score 2 in the top of the first. The Trappers will try to answer with 2 new faces in Brennan Van Brusingen and Patrick Connor. It's Van Brusingen, Connor, and Bramante. Due up when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Bottom of the second inning about to get underway. We'll take you through one more time the defensive lineup for the Sioux Falls Sunfish and the batting order for the Pierre Trappers. For the Sunfish, first start in the outfield. In left, it's Dylan Cricket Danielson. In center, Adonis Forte. In right, Kenneth Dutka. At third, Jonathan Brandon. At short, Benito Garcia. At second, JT Mix. At first, Zeph Hoffpower. Andrew Garcia on the mound with Declan Beers behind the plate. Batting order for the Trappers will have Brennan Van Brusingen leading off, the center fielder, then the shortstop Patrick Connor, the first baseman Bramante, the left fielder Cardoso in the cleanup spot, the third baseman Perez, the catcher Strong, the designated hitter Reinhardt, the right fielder Newman, and rounding out the batting order is the second baseman Thomas McKenna. This season, starting pitcher Andrew Garcia has had 3 appearances, 3 starts, has compiled a 2-1 record with a 3.06 ERA in 14 2/3 innings pitched, 11 base hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 7 walks, 15 strikeouts. Got his last start on Friday against the SaberDogs, got the win as the starter, pitched in 5 2/3, allowed 5 hits, 1 run, it was earned, walked 3 and struck out 5. So stepping in the box, a new player for the Pierre Trappers, showed up during the game yesterday. So Van Brusingen, the Central Missouri Mule, a D2 college that lost in the Division II National Championship to Wingate. First pitch high and inside. Van Brusingen, first pitch he sees, he has to duck out of the way. The freshman out of Savannah, Georgia, played summer ball last season in Derby, Kansas, and in St. Louis, Missouri. So Van Brusingen making his first appearance for the Trappers. He was the center fielder in the previous inning. Nothing hit to him. 1-0 again high and inside. Van Brusingen ducking out of the way of 2 straight pitches off the hand of Andrew Garcia. Garcia had 1 shaky start against the Fremont Moo, but since then pitching against the SaberDogs and Whiskey Jacks has been lights out. 2-0 will finally catch the strike zone after 2 pitches high and tight. 2 balls and 1 strike. Van Brusingen, a digital media production major at Central Missouri. Another one inside, 3-1. All 3 pitches that have missed, Van Brusingen has flinched it and tried to get out of the way. So a 3-1 count to the new Trappers center fielder. He wears number 11 this season for Pierre. Another one, high and inside. That was 4 in the at-bat, but the leadoff runner will get on. So it will bring up another Central Missouri Mule. I assume coming to Pierre together. It's Patrick Connor, the sophomore out of Central Missouri, originally from O'Fallon, Missouri. So Connor, after Brennan Van Brusingen, his college teammate, reaches on 4 pitches. First pitch will miss for ball 1 to Patrick Connor. Connor, the starting shortstop today for the Pierre Trappers. Shortstop job has most typically been given to Braden Cordes. getting a day off to see what Connor can do in the middle infield. Yet another one high and inside. I'm not sure if it's a strategy or if he's just simply missing high and inside, but it's been a lot for Andrew Garcia. That's 6 balls and 1 strike, all 6 balls high and tight. So now a 2-0 count after walking the leadoff batter. Pitch goes low in the dirt, gets a bit away from Declan Beers, but is able to stop it. 3-0, the new count. Connor was supposed to play summer ball last season in Clardina, Iowa, but the league was canceled due to COVID-19. So a 3-0, ball will miss, and a 4-pitch walk. That's 8 balls and 1 strike. 9 pitches to the first 2 batters for Andrew Garcia. It will advance Brennan Van Brusigen to second base. And the 2 Central Missouri Mules have created a great opportunity for the Trappers' power hitter in Joey Bramante. Bramante homered last night. It was a 2-run home run. He ended up getting 3 RBIs and a 2-for-4 effort yesterday. He's batting .231 on the year. So runners at first and second, nobody out as the Trappers try to get those 2 runs that they lost in the first inning. Pitch will go high and inside yet again. 9 balls, 1 strike on the first 10 pitches for the Sunfish starter, Andrew Garcia. Pitch again. That same spot, high and tight. Bramante, the main Black Bear, finishing up his senior season, but eligibility rules means senior doesn't necessarily mean that he doesn't have eligibility left. So now a 2-0 count. The windup and pitch is swung on and missed for strike number 1. And although Bramante was trying to put a ball into the deep outfield, with 10 balls and 1 strike by Garcia, he had to have known that he could have at least made decent contact on it to be able to swing the bat in that situation. So the 2-1 will miss for 3 balls, 1 strike. Unable to tell which part of the zone that missed at, but it's a 3-1 count. So the 3-1 is swung on a pitch that looked like it was going low. It will be fouled back for strike number 2. So now a full count to Joey Bramante, Patrick Connor at first, Brennan Van Brusigen at second base for the Trappers. A 93-degree day, sunny here from Pierre, South Dakota. Wind blowing left to right. With a full count. Pitch will bounce in the dirt and get away. It will be ball 4 regardless, and both Van Brusigen and Patrick Connor will take light jogs over to their respective bases. So that's 3 straight walks surrendered by starter Andrew Garcia after 2 incredible games against the Whiskey Jackson SaberDogs, starting to struggle in the early going for Caden Cardoso. Garcia walked 3 batters in 5 2/3 against the SaberDogs. He's walked 3 batters in the first 3 batters that he's seen. So clearly something off for Andrew Garcia for the Sunfish. Cardoso, wide stance in the box, will take the first pitch for a strike. Bases are loaded for the Pierre Trappers with nobody out. Trappers have hit 4 home runs this season. None of them have been grand slams. An 0-1 will miss outside, keeps the count, or puts the count even, I should say. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out, bases loaded, full of Trappers. Bramante at first, Patrick Connor at second, and Brennan Van Brusigen at third. Garcia, the pitcher for the Sunfish out of the University of Antelope Valley, playing for the Pioneers, calls Demas, California, his hometown. 1-1. Check swing will be a called strike, puts the count to 1-2. After Cardoso, it would be Perez, who's currently standing on deck, barring a triple play. So 1-2, Cardoso at the plate, Perez on deck, Strong in the hole. The 1-2 from Garcia, check swing, they're going to appeal and say that he went around. It's a strikeout against Caden Cardoso for the first out of the inning. Bases remain loaded with one away. And almost mirroring what the Sunfish did in the first. First three runners got on before their cleanup batters struck out. Norris McClure for the Sunfish and Caden Cardoso for the Trappers. Only difference is the 2 and 3 holes got base hits while the Trappers 2 and 3 walked. First pitch to Perez, catches for a strike. Bases remain loaded here from Hyde Stadium. So an 0-1 to Brendan Perez, who went 2 for 4 yesterday. He's batting .233. Swung on and fouled up the first baseline for a strike and 0-2 count. And what a huge strikeout this could be for Andrew Garcia, as it would push it from bases loaded with nobody out to bases loaded with 2 outs facing Nicholas Strong, who of the starting 9 has the lowest batting average so far this season. 0-2 swung on and missed in the dirt for strike number 3, and now there's a very real chance that the Trappers have the bases loaded with nobody out to not scoring a single run out of it. It would need Nicholas Strong to reach. Strong got a day off yesterday in Sioux Falls, went 0 for 3 with a walk. He's batting .140 on the season with 6 base hits. The native of Fairfield, California, will try to drive a couple runs in. First pitch from Garcia will miss low, kicking up some chalk for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. Sunfish trying to make the Trappers leave the bases loaded, even though they started with the bases loaded and nobody out. Ground ball will head up the middle. Picking it up and making an error on the play is Garcia. A run will score for the Trappers. And I mentioned it all season. It doesn't matter how you get on as long as you do. It's going to be ruled an official base hit. So Brennan Van Brusingen comes home off the misplayed ball by Garcia. It will officially be ruled as a base hit for Nicholas Strong. It brings up Brock Reinhardt with the hit. It's now 2-1. Sunfish still lead. Pitch will catch the strike zone on the outside part of the plate for strike number 1. Trappers elsewhere play station to station. Bramante getting to second, Connor getting to third, with Van Brusingen scoring. So an 0-1 swung on and missed on a pitch low. Foul tipped into the catcher's glove for strike number 2. So a silver lining for the Trappers as a 2-run inning for the Sunfish doesn't hurt as bad at the end of the first inning, as they've at least scored a run. The 0-2 will bounce in the dirt. Beers goes out to get it. Everybody will stay where they are, a 1-2 count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases remain loaded for the Trappers. Strong at first, Bramante at second, Connor at third. 1-2 swung, foul tipped. Barely getting a piece of it was Reinhardt. Keeps the at-bat and the inning alive for the Trappers. Reinhardt, the Woodbury, Minnesota native. 1-2. Catches strike zone for strike number 3 called. That ends the inning for the Pierre Trappers as they leave them loaded. We'll head to the second inning as the Sunfish look to respond and extend on their 2-1 lead. End of 1 with both teams scoring. Sunfish 2, Trappers 1. We'll be right back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channels. Dan-O's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dan-O's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dan-O's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dan-O's Marine. Second inning about to get underway here from Hyde Stadium. Sunfish scored 2 off of 3 base hits in the first inning. The Trappers responded with 1 of their own off an RBI base hit by Nicholas Strong. So it's 2-1 here in the top of the second. Jared Shelton returns for his second inning. Trappers left the bases loaded in the bottom of the first inning, and frankly this entire season it's something they've been struggling with is timely base hits and leaving runners on base. There was a stretch of the season when the Trappers left in the range of 14 to 17 runners on throughout the course of a ball game, seemingly every night. It seems like they've got that figured out to an extent, as they left 11 last night and 10 the night before that. But it's gotten to a point earlier in the season where the Trappers just left multiple runners on base per game. And although it does happen where you do have to leave the bases loaded, it hurts when there was a very good opportunity for the Trappers to score nothing with the bases loaded and nobody out if Strong didn't get that base hit. For the Sunfish, it will be the 8-9-1 in Kenneth Dutka, Dylan Cricket Danielson, and JT Mix. So Dutka leads things off here in inning number 2 against Jared Shelton. Shelton struck out 2 in the previous inning. First pitch goes high for ball 1. So now a 1-0 count to Dutka. Did not play yesterday. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. The 1-1 ground ball to the first base side. That gets through for a base hit. The 4th base hit of the day for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, and the leadoff man in Kenneth Dutka is on. So it brings up Dylan Cricket Danielson. The Dutka base hit extends Dutka's road hitting streak to 6 games. Dylan Cricket Danielson 1 for 4 last night with a pair of strikeouts. Ball will get away from Strong, and taking off for second base is Kenneth Dutka. So now a runner in scoring position with nobody out for the Sunfish. So a 1-0 count to Cricket Danielson, the left fielder, making his first start in the outfield this Expedition League season for the Sunfish. 0-0 will run inside. 1-0 will run inside. 2 balls, no strikes. After Cricket Danielson, it's JT Mix, who walked in his previous at-bat. 2-0 will go upstairs for ball 3. So 3 balls, no strikes, runner at second base for the Sunfish. Nobody out in the inning. Sunfish wearing all white. Pitch runs inside, high and tight for ball 4. Runners at first and second with nobody out. Second walk of the ball game in 9 batters surrendered by Shelton. It brings up JT Mix. Again, 0 for 0 with that walk coming around to score back in the first inning. Nobody out here, top 2. Cricket Danielson at first, Kenneth Dutka at second base. Sunfish 2, Trappers 1. Pitch will go upstairs, ball 1. Take a look at around the Expedition League as well. After this 1-0 pitch to JT Mix, the second baseman. Pitch will go high. Ducking out of the way was Mix for ball 2. In the top of the third, the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks lead the Badlands Big Sticks 2-0. Top of the first from Mike Lansing Field and Casper, 0-0 between the Pios and the Horseheads. SaberDogs hold a 3-0 lead over the Spuds in the bottom of the second. Two-0 count. Jared Shelton fires a ground ball to the shortstop. Connor picks it up, fires on to second, on to first. Not in time. He beat him by a mile and was called safe. The throw beat the runner. Shelton's going to talk to the field umpire. No discussion from the Trappers coaching staff. It will be a fielder's choice for JT Mix on what should have been a double play. So no balls, no strikes. Runners at the corners with 1 out. For Beers, who's 1 for 1 with a single, came around to score as well. Runner goes, the throw down to second base. In time, but no tag by Connor to avoid the runner from third and Kenneth Dutka coming home. So Mix will get an easy stolen base. It's stolen base number 80 on the year for the Sunfish. So second and third, 1 away. Beers carrying a hot bat so far this season. First pitch will fall in for a called strike. Second pitch of the at-bat, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beers this season against the Trappers, a combined 3 for 15. Pitch will go high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Beers batting from the left-handed batter's box against the right-handed Jared Shelton. JT Mix on the base pass gets his 11th stolen base of the year as a pitch will be fouled back for strike number 2. And this could be a huge strikeout for Jared Shelton if he can get it past Beers. It would stop a sacrifice fly by making it 2 outs in the inning. Sunny day, wispy clouds up in the higher atmosphere from the state capital of South Dakota. 2-2 count to Declan Beers, the catcher. Pitch will go high for ball 3, and the count will run full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, top of the second. Sunfish 2, Trappers 1. Shelton takes a deep breath. High kick and fire. Catches the strike zone for strike number 3. Declan Beers goes down on strikes. 10th time striking out this season for Declan Beers. So 2 outs in the inning. It takes away the chance for a sacrifice fly, which means Hoffpower will need to reach safely using his own bat. Or a walk to extend the inning to get to Norris McClure. Hoffpower 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. Pitch goes high, but catches the letters for strike number 1. Runners at second and third, Mix at second, Dutka at third. Batter, Zeph Hoffpower. Fly ball, pop fly, I should say. In comes Ramonti on the line for the out, and FF3 to Zeph Hoffpower to end the inning. The Sunfish leave 2 runners in scoring position, and a huge strikeout to Declan Beers stops the Sunfish from being able to score. Shelton getting some high fives as the Trappers will try to tie this ball game up or take the lead when we return for the bottom of the second inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channels. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue. Back for the bottom of the second inning, due up for the Trappers, the 8-9-1, Jacob Newman, Thomas McKenna, and Brennan Van Brusingen. Few sponsors of the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season we'd like to say thank you to before Newman steps in the box, including Beck Motors, Envirotech, Gators Pizza, American Family Insurance, Brittany Shufflebine, and Branding Iron Bistro. Thank you for continuing to be sponsors of the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season. So Jacob Newman set to lead things off, got a day off yesterday back in Sioux Falls. An 0-for-2 game against the Sunfish with an RBI and 2 strikeouts, is batting .194 on the season, entering the Trappers' 18th game of the year. 9th game between the Sunfish and the Trappers. Season series is tied at 4. Teams will meet up 15 times this season in the Sunfish inaugural year. So it's Jacob Newman, the sophomore out of Brandeis University, leading things off here in inning number 2 for the Trappers. First pitch, high and inside for ball number 1. Andrew Garcia continues where he left off. When he misses, it's always on that pitch high and inside or low down the center of the plate. Another one high and inside, proving my point, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. The windup by Garcia will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. So a 2-1 to number 2-1. Leadoff batter of the second inning. That one catches strike zone for strike number 2. No swings yet by Newman, and he's worked a 2-2 count looking. 2 runs on 4 hits, no errors for the Sunfish. They've left 4 on base. A foul ball keeps the count where it is at 2-2. 1 run on 1 hit for the Trappers. They've left 3. Sunfish left 2 runners in both the first and second innings. Trappers left them loaded in the bottom of the first. 2-2 is swung on and missed as Newman will go down on strikes. The 4th victim of the strikeout tonight for the Pierre Trappers, the first time through the order. In fact, all 4 outs that have been recorded by Andrew Garcia have been strikeouts. 3 walks and a base hit, with 4 strikeouts make up the 8 batters for the 9-hole batter in Thomas McKenna, who's batting .250. First pitch swinging for strike 1. So now an 0-1 count. They'll wind up and pitch a check swing. They're going to call it a strike anyway, 0-2. Garcia a strike away from getting his 5th strikeout in 5 outs. Garcia winds and deals a pitch, will bounce off the dirt and into the screen for ball 1. So a 1-2, 1 out in the inning, nobody on for Thomas McKenna. A wind-up and deal will miss for ball 2. So an even count to Thomas McKenna, trying to put a runner on with only 1 away. Here comes the 2-2, swung on and hit to the shortstop. Benito Garcia fires onto first in time for the out. So 2 away in the inning. It will bring up Brennan Van Brusigen for his 2nd plate appearance as a Pierre Trapper. He walked back in the 1st inning. Came around to score as the only Trapper to get home safely so far today. First pitch, high and inside. Van Brusigen ducks out of the way for ball 1. Van Brusigen patrolling center field tonight for the Trappers. Swung on and missed for strike number 1. So far, no defensive plays for Van Brusigen in his 2 defensive innings. 1-1 will go low, ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to the center fielder, number 11, Brennan Van Brusigen. With 2 away in the inning, if Van Brusigen were to extend the inning, it would bring up his college teammate, Patrick Connor. 2-1, swung to the third baseman. Jonathan Brandon fires onto first in time for the out. The inning for the Trappers, a strikeout swinging, a 6-3 ground out and a 5-3 ground out as the Trappers go 3 up, 3 down at the end of the 2nd inning. The score is the Sioux Falls Sunfish 2 and the Pierre Trappers 1. We'll be back for inning number 3 here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channels.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Welcome back for the 3rd inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams. Jared Shelton returns for his 3rd inning of work after allowing 4 base hits, but only 2 runs, It's the 4-5-6 due up for the Sioux Falls Sunfish here in the 3rd, and Norris McClure, Jonathan Brandon, and Adonis Forte. That part of the order a combined 1 for 3 so far today with a couple of strikeouts. So far for the Trappers, a 1st inning in which they loaded the bases, almost had a scoreless frame after the bases were loaded with nobody out, but were able to score 1 off the RBI single by Nicholas Strong. And then in the 2nd inning, the Trappers had a 1-2-3 inning. Newman striking out, McKenna grounding out, and Van Brusigen striking out. Sunfish have gotten runners on in both innings and, in fact, left 2 runners stranded in each the 1st and 2nd inning. We'll see what they can do here in the 3rd. 2-1 ball game. All runs scored in the first inning. Pitch misses for ball 1 to Norris McClure, the designated hitter, who struck out looking back in the first. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. So a 1-1 count now to Norris McClure. The pitch is a line drive into right field. Chasing back, sliding to make the catch in his first defensive outing, Brennan Van Brusigen. So a sliding play to get Norris McClure out on the play. We're out number 1 of the inning. It will bring up Jonathan Brandon, who's 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. And Brusigen, a good play out in the outfield. First pitch will catch the strike zone to Jonathan Brandon for strike number 1. So if Van Brusigen continues to make plays like that, it will be a battle for the center fielder's position between Van Brusigen and Eric Mast. Swing into the shortstop. Making a jumping catch on the play was the shortstop in Patrick Connor. So the pair of Central Missouri Mules back-to-back making amazing defensive plays in the field. Almost like a magnet to the 2 new Trapper players. So 2 away in the inning will bring up Adonis Forte. First pitch high for ball 1. Good crowd today from Hyde Stadium as well. So now a 1-0 count will bounce in the dirt, make it a 2-0 count to Adonis Forte. So 2 balls, no strikes to the center fielder. If he were to extend the inning, it would bring up Benito Garcia. Forte today 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. 3 strikeouts so far today by Jared Shelton. Pitch catches strike zone for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Forte trying to extend the inning. Pitch will go high and outside for ball 3. 4 pitches to Adonis Forte. None of them swung on. Shelton has worked himself into a 3-1 count. 3-1. Correction, 3-1 catches the strike zone. The strike call looked like it was a strike 3 as he motioned with both arms, but it was strike number 2. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to the batter in Adonis Forte. Stepping off the mound is Shelton. Staying in the batter's box, Forte, as Shelton steps back on the rubber. The pitch will go high, and that's ball 4. It extends the inning. On the 3rd walk surrendered so far by Jared Shelton, he's had 1 per inning. It brings up Benito Garcia 0 for 1 with a fly out to the left fielder, Caden Cardoso. Top of the 3rd, Sunfish 2, Trappers 1, runner at first base with 2 outs. So now Shelton kicks and fires on a pitch high for ball 1. Thinking about taking off was Forte. holds back. Forte this season, 10 stolen base attempts, has been successful all but one of them. Stole a base yesterday. And here he goes, taking off for second, puts on the brakes. Strike number 1. Each pitch, it looks like Forte wants to take off for second, but will put on the brakes. 1-1 count with 2 outs for Benito Garcia. Pitch will go low for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Garcia 0 for 1 today. Trying to get aboard to extend the 2-out rally for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. 2-1. High fly ball into right field and foul territory. Coming over. Not able to come up with it is Jacob Newman, the right fielder. Count will go to 2-2. So a 2-2 count, 2 outs with a runner at first base and Adonis Forte. Benito Garcia, the current batter, trying to start a 2-out rally. So a 2-2 to Garcia, who hit a home run yesterday here at Hyde Stadium. Runner goes, the throw down by Strong will hit Forte in the leg. On the thrown ball, it will go as a stolen base for Adonis Forte. Tenth stolen bag of the season for Adonis Forte on 11 attempts. Count remains 2-2. 3-2, excuse me. So a full count with a runner at second base to Garcia. Payoff pitch from Shelton on the way. Swung on and missed for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Jared Shelton. Gets the Trappers out of the inning. And the Sunfish leave another runner in scoring position. Trappers will try to get at least a run back to tie the ball game, or maybe more when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams.
Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Bottom of the third here from Pierre, South Dakota, as the Sioux Falls Sunfish lead the Pierre Trappers by a score of 2-1. Returning for his 4th inning of work, 3rd inning of work, is Andrew Garcia. Garcia has struck out 4 batters out of the 6 outs that he's faced so far. He has faced 10 batters. Game recap, 2 runs in the first inning for the Sunfish. 1 run in the first inning for the Trappers, and that's all the scoring we've seen so far. Scoreless second inning and a scoreless top half of the third. So it's Patrick Connor, Joey Bramonte, and Caden Cardoso batting this inning for the Pierre Trappers. So Connor still looking for his first at-bat of the year, and also hoping for his first base hit on that same at-bat as he walked in his previous plate appearance back in the first. Takes the first pitch for a ball from Andrew Garcia. Check swing on a pitch low. They're going to appeal no swing, says the field umpire and Samuel Barrett. 2 balls, no strikes. Connor, the shortstop, speared a ball. Line drive into right field. There to make the play on it is Kenneth Dutka for the first out of the inning. So a fly out to right to lead things off here in the third for the Pierre Trappers. It brings up Joey Bramante. Bramante drew the third consecutive walk of the first inning. He advanced to second base before being stranded. First pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. Shadow of the press box and grandstand. Pitch runs high and tight. Bramante has to take a second steps out of the batter's box. The press box and grandstand overhang making a triangle of sunlight leading up to the pitcher's mound. Pitch will bounce in the dirt for ball 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Bramante with 1 out in the inning and nobody aboard for the Pierre Trappers. Bramante hit a home run last night to right field. It was a 2-run shot. Called strike for strike number 2 will even the count 2-2. Pitch inside. He'll work the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Joey Bramante. The Maine Black Bear from North Andover, Massachusetts. Pitch goes inside, and for the second consecutive plate appearance, Bramante draws a walk. And in fact, the first walk surrendered by Andrew Garcia since Joey Bramante. So with 1 out in the inning, Caden Cardoso will bat with a runner on. Cardoso, the left-handed batter, recently making a cosmetic change, walked into this season, played his first 14-15 games with long flowing hair. First pitch will catch for strike number 1. After the team bus got back from Fremont, went the next day on the day off, got a buzz cut, so a very different look for Caden Cardoso from opening day to now. Ground ball will head to the shortstop, Garcia. On to second. Misplayed by JT Mix. That will get away. Advancing to third on the play is Joey Bramante. So the official ruling on the play will be a fielder's choice for Caden Cardoso. That allows Joey Bramante to advance to second base, the E6 allowing him to go to third. So first error of the ball game, and it goes on Benito Garcia, who after starting the season as a stellar shortstop has been making a few errors in the field for the Sunfish. He gets 1 tonight. Runners at first and third. Pitch will miss to Perez for ball 1. Cardoso stands at first, Bramante at third. 1 away in the inning, bottom 3. Trappers trail by 1, 2-1 to the visiting team from Sioux Falls. Pickoff attempt back to first, but back in safely is Caden Cardoso standing. So a 1-0 count to Brendan Perez, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout swinging. Pickoff attempt as Cardoso gets back in sliding. No tag applied by Hoffpower. One-0 check swing, appeal down. It will be called a strike with no decision by Barrett. Evens the count at 1-1. For Brendan Perez. For Garcia, the shortstop, it's error number 7 for him on the year. He leads the team in errors committed. Runner goes in Cardoso. The throw down will beat Cardoso and called out on the play as well, out number 2. Cardoso, not a typical base stealer, only his third attempt on the year. He's only been successful once. Now the 1-1s, 2-1 swung on and missed for strike two. Will put the count back even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now with 2 away in the inning after the Cardoso caught stealing, it went from runners at the corners with 1 out to a runner at third with 2 outs. 2-2 catches the strike zone for strike number 3 called, and the Trappers leave a runner on at third base. The caught stealing by Caden Cardoso comes back to bite the Pierre Trappers as they're unable to score here in the 3rd inning. We're through a third of this ball game. The score, the Sioux Falls Sunfish 2 and the Pierre Trappers 1. We'll be back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Heading into the 4th inning here from Hyde Stadium, the Sioux Falls Sunfish holding a 2-1 lead, all 3 runs scoring in the 1st inning for both the Sunfish and the Trappers. Previous inning for the Pierre Trappers saw Joey Bramonte getting on via a walk. A fielder's choice by Caden Cardoso, including an error on the shortstop Benito Garcia, allowed runners to get to the corners with 1 away. But a stolen base by Caden Cardoso, followed up quickly by a strikeout looking by Brendan Perez, ended the inning for the Trappers with a runner left on third. Heading into the 4th inning, it's the 8-9-1 due up for the Sunfish. Before we get into that, however, a few sponsors for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season we'd like to say thank you to, including Avera, Central Dakota Eye Care, First Dakota National Bank, Graham Tire, and A Cut and Style. Thank you for continuing to be sponsors for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season. Leadoff batter for the Sunfish this inning will be Kenneth Dutka, who's 1 for 1. Got all the way around to third base in the 2nd inning, could not come around to score after leading off the inning. Pitch misses for ball 1. Returning for his 4th inning of work, Jared Shelton, the starter, allowed 2 runs to score in the 1st inning. Only a base hit since then. The 1-0 runs inside for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch will go high and outside. First 3 pitches for Shelton here in the 4th, all miss for 3 balls and no strikes to Kenneth Dutka. Dutka, a traditional pitcher, has made the transition to a 2-way player for the Sunfish. 3-0 will miss low for ball 4, and the leadoff man is on for the Sunfish. Walk number 4 for the Trappers, 1 per inning, allowed by Jared Shelton. So we'll bring up Dylan Cricket Danielson, who was one of the 4 Sunfish batters to have walked so far today. He walked back in the 2nd inning in his lone plate appearance. Sunfish trying to win their 4th straight and 3rd in a row against the Trappers. Strike number 1 called. I would make it actually 4 in a row for the Sioux Falls Sunfish with a win today against the Trappers as they won the series finale in Sioux Falls as the Trappers began their road trip. Pitch goes high for ball 1, would even the count 1-1. Season series tied at 4 apiece between the Trappers and Sunfish. Another break from both the Sunfish and the Trappers. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 2, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Over the weekend, saw each other 6 consecutive times in a weekend series, then midweek. Then the Sunfish played the Saber Dogs. The Trappers went down to Fremont to play the Moo. Runner fakes going, stepping off the mound, and a balk by Jared Shelton will allow the runner in Kenneth Dutka to go to second base. Shelton obviously a little frustrated with himself. So runner at second base in Kenneth Dutka. Balk advances. Dutka for Dylan Cricket Danielson with a 1-2 count, nobody out. Runner goes, the throw down by Strong will bounce in the dirt out of the glove of Perez. It's a stolen base for Kenneth Dutka. Again, the Sioux Falls Sunfish, one of the more aggressive teams on the base paths. They lead the Expedition League in stolen bases. For Dutka, it's his 6th on the year in 7 attempts. It puts a runner at third with nobody out. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch swung on and missed by Dylan Cricket Danielson. Strikeout number 5 of the day for Jared Shelton and the first out of the inning. So 5 Ks for Jared Shelton will bring up JT Mix. 0 for 1 today, a walk and a fielder's choice. Runner at third for the Sunfish. First pitch will be fouled back onto the intersection of Ree and Capitol for strike 1. JT Mix came into today's game batting .342. Righty-righty matchup, ducking out of the way of a pitch high and inside for ball 1. A 1-1 count. Sunfish wearing all white, Trappers wearing white pants with gold tops. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. And a big chance for a strikeout for Jared Shelton, as it would stop a sacrifice or an RBI groundout from scoring the runner in Dutka from third. The 1-2 ground ball to second base. 2 Trappers sliding on the play. It will be a hit for Mix, scoring the runner Dutka from third. Bramante came after it, couldn't reach. McKenna thought he had it, so was stunned when Bramante didn't come up with the ball, was unable to make the play on it himself, and the Sunfish have extended their lead to 3-1. New batter is Declan Beers, 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Runner goes on a pitch high. Throw down is too high, a good stop by McKenna to back up the shortstop in Patrick Connor on the throw high by Nick Strong. So a stolen base for JT Mix. It's his 2nd stolen bag of the ballgame. Now 12 for 13 on the year, swiping bases. Dancing at second base again. Shelton will step off. Beers out of Laverne, Minnesota. So a 1-0 count. The pitch from Shelton. Swung on, right back to Shelton. Shelton will fire to third. Now caught in a pickle is JT Mix. The fire down to second base. They're going to chase him to third. The tag by Strong for the out. Both umpires calling the out. It will be a fielder's choice for Declan Beers that gets him to second base. Good base running by Declan Beers. It goes as an out, keeping a runner still at second base only. So it turns out to be a decent decision for Jared Shelton to get Mix heading for third. As no runner advances, the runner's still at second base. 2 outs now in the inning for Zeph Hoffpower. So a 1-0, or first pitch will be fouled off to make it an 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 run across this inning for the Sunfish to make it a 3-1 ball game. Shelton checks over at Beers at second. The pitch is low for ball 1, evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Attendance tonight from Hyde Stadium announced at 422 spectators. Pitch misses, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one here, top 4. 2-1 count with a 3-1 lead for the Sunfish. Shelton misses for ball 3. Climbing back up onto the mound, still remaining at second base is Declan Beers, who traded spots with JT Mix while the Trappers got an out off the pickle. 3-1 will go high for ball 4. So 2 runners now on for the Sioux Falls Sunfish in Zeph Hoffpower and Declan Beers. Second walk of the inning and the 5th walk surrendered by Shelton so far today. It brings up Norris McClure 0 for 2, a strikeout looking in the first, a fly out to center in the third. 2 runners on, 2 outs for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. First pitch by Shelton to the new batter McClure goes high for ball 1. Action going in the Trappers bullpen. Four innings so far for the Sunfish. They've scored in 2 out of the 4. Wind up and pitch by Shelton on a pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes. McClure has drawn 2 walks to this point in the season, has struck out 3 times. Pitch high, and now a 3-0 count after a walk to Zeph Hoffpower. Red light would be on for Norris McClure, you would think. On deck is Jonathan Brandon, who's 1 for 2. So 2 balls and 1 strike for the Spring Hill College Badger. 3 balls, no strikes, excuse me. Pitch goes low. For ball 4, that will load the bases on 2 consecutive walks. Advancing to second base off the walk is Zeph Hoffpower, and getting to third is Declan Beers. Montario May will have a talk with his pitcher in Jared Shelton. It looks like it's just going to be May, Shelton, and Strong talking on the mound. Action in the Trappers bullpen is the South Dakota State product, the left-hander Clay Odenbach. Quick talk and words of encouragement from May to Shelton as he tries to get out of the inning, only allowing the 1 run. New batter is Jonathan Brandon, who singled and lined out to the shortstop. So Brandon steps in, had an RBI single in the first, lined out to the shortstop Patrick Connor in the third. Brandon, the native of Bossier, Louisiana, first pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 1. Stayed in his home state for college, attending Louisiana Lafayette, playing for the Ragin' Cajuns in the Sun Belt Conference at the D1 level. 0-1 will go high just above the letters for ball 1. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The redshirt junior out of Louisiana decided to have a change of scenery, moving from the bayou in Louisiana to the Great Plains of South Dakota. Pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases are loaded for the Sunfish with 2 outs. Shelton trying to get out of the inning with a big K. 1-2, fouled back into the screen, keeps the count alive for Jonathan Brandon. McClure at first, Hoffpower at second, Declan Beers at third. One-two count after the foul ball by Jonathan Brandon, the third baseman for the Sunfish. Wind up and pitch. Swung on and missed for strike number 3. Brandon can't believe it as he walks back to the dugout. Out number 3, the Sunfish do come across to score, however. Shelton works out of a big jam with the bases loaded. Strikeout number 6 of the day to avoid more runs scoring for Sioux Falls. Trappers will try to respond to that 1 run scored by the Sunfish in the bottom of the 4th inning when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Bottom of the 4th inning. About to get underway here from Hyde Stadium. Returning for his 4th inning of work is Andrew Garcia. Garcia, for the most part, has been lights out tonight. 1 run, 1 hit. Trappers did reach on an error by the Sunfish, or a fielder's choice, then an error by the Sunfish, and 4 walks. But other than that, the Trappers have not had too many offensive opportunities. Of course, for the Trappers, it does not help, as they rank either last or close to last in nearly every offensive category in the Expedition League. Leading off, it will be Nicholas Strong as the 6-7-8 due up for the Trappers. Strong, Reinhardt, and Newman. That section of the batting order, a combined 1 for 3 with a base hit and 2 strikeouts. That lone base hit in the part of the batting order due up here in the 4th was by Nicholas Strong, who steps up to the plate. Also owns the lone base hit for the Pierre Trappers so far tonight. So Andrew Garcia winds up and deals. First pitch swinging over to the third base side. The throw on to first is in time as Jonathan Brandon, 1 pitch swinging. Brandon will throw on to first to get Strong out. Second ground out to Jonathan Brandon, the third baseman. It will bring up Brock Reinhardt, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. That was back in the 1st inning, so 2 innings off without grabbing a bat. He will do so again here in the 4th. Pitch will miss for ball 1. Andrew Garcia and Jared Shelton, the starting pitcher matchup tonight. Line drive to the shortstop. Garcia picks it up, fires onto first base in time for the out. And on 3 pitches, 2 outs, a ground out to third and a ground out to short, bringing up Jacob Newman. Newman 0 for 1. He led off the second inning with a strikeout. Newman, the native of Manhattan Beach, California, will try to start a 2-out rally. First pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 1. So an 0-1. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 2. Starts off Newman in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. And a pitch catches the strike zone on 3 pitches. Jacob Newman goes down on strikes for the second time tonight. Trappers fail to score in the 4th inning. At the end of 4, it's the Sunfish 3 and the Trappers 1. Sunfish will come up to bat with the 6, 7, 8 part of their order coming up to bat when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shell's doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a loyalty club member today by visiting Shell's at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. Welcome back for inning number 5 here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. A new pitcher coming in for the Pierre Trappers. Jared Shelton done after 4 innings of work. New pitcher will be number 29 and Clay Odenbach. Odenbach out of South Dakota State has had a couple of appearances for the Trappers so far this season, as he comes in for relief of Jared Shelton after just 4 innings on the mound for the starter in Shelton. So for Clay Odenbach coming in relief of Jared Shelton, so far this season, the South Dakota State Jackrabbit in 3 appearances has 2 saves in 4 innings pitched for a 4.50 ERA, 4 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. Both of them came off a home run hit by the Fremont Moo. 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. Pitched in the Sunday series finale against the Fremont Moo, pitched 2 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs off that home run. A walk and 4 strikeouts. So Odenbach comes in to take on Forte, Garcia, and Dutka, who lead off the inning for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. A tall strategy from Coach May, as the 2 tallest guys on the Trappers roster have come in to pitch in succession. First Jared Shelton, and now Clay Odenbach, standing somewhere around 6'4" to 6'5". So leading things off for the Sioux Falls Sunfish is going to be Adonis Forte when Odenbach is done with his warm-up pitches. Before Forte steps in, a few sponsors of the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season we'd like to thank, including Capital Sports, Aflac, Chase Auto RV, Corner Station The Crossing, and Floyd's Truck Center. Thank you for continuing to be sponsors of the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season. Adonis Forte will step in the batter's box, leading things off here in the 5th inning for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Odenbach winds up and deals. First pitch will miss for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes. Top 5. Sunfish leading 3-1. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Puts the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. And Clay Odenbach confirmed to be the tallest member of the roster at a staggering 6'7". Pitch will miss outside for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to the leadoff batter of the inning, Adonis Forte, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first and a walk in the third. Odenbach has a 2-1 count to the Sunfish center fielder. Pitch will go high. A good stop by Strong makes it 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Forte. Garcia and Dutka also due up this inning for the Sunfish. "3-1" will run inside. That will be a hit by pitch as Forte is drilled in the back. So a runner will get on, the leadoff man on. It is the 7th free pass after 6 walks surrendered by Jared Shelton. It's the first free pass. It won't go down as a walk given up, as it was a hit by pitch. So runner at first. The first pitch to the new batter, and Benito Garcia will miss for ball 1. In just a moment, give you the final line for Trappers starting pitcher Jared Shelton. Runner at first, nobody out for the batter, and Benito Garcia 0 for 2 today. Pitch will miss outside for ball 2. So a runner at first for Clay Odenbach in his first inning of relief. Forte rubs his feet on the clay. Left-hander Clay Odenbach. Runner will go. Pick off to second base. The throw down to second is going to be not in time. An offline throw by Joe Bramonte. And with no pitch, Adonis Forte will steal a base, his second of the day. So a 2-0 count to Benito Garcia. Another stolen base for Adonis Forte, his second of the day. As the Sunfish continue to be the most aggressive base running team in the Expedition League. Odenbach has been pitching well most of the way through this season. A 2-0. Foul ball will head back into the crowd for a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike on the foul ball. Final line for starting pitcher Jared Shelton. He goes 4 complete innings, so not eligible for a win, just for a loss. Has allowed 5 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned. Walked 6, struck out 6. Now a 2-1 count to Garcia. Ground ball up the first base side will hook foul for strike 2. So a runner at second base and Adonis Forte. Benito Garcia, the current batter, he's 0 for 2 today. Odenbach trying to make it 0 for 3. Runner in scoring position with nobody out presents a threat to the Pierre Trappers. The 2-2 wind up in a pitch will hit him again. Back-to-back hit by pitches by Clay Odenbach. And that's cause for concern for the Trappers dugout as 2 consecutive batters are plunked. It will bring up Kenneth Dutka, 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Came around to score in the 4th inning as well. One of the 3 Sunfish runners who have come across home safely. So first and second with nobody out. Forte dancing at second base. The first pitch to Dutka will catch the strike zone for strike number 1, high and outside. An 0-1 count. Odenbach checks over at second. The windup and pitch on the 0-1. It will be a fly ball into center field. Chasing after it is Van Brusingen. Able to get there and make the catch is Caden Cardoso, the left fielder. Tagging up and heading for third is Adonis Forte. It will put runners at the corners with 1 away. So the left fielder, Caden Cardoso, and the center fielder, Brennan Van Brusingen, merge in left center field as Cardoso is the one that ends up making the catch. So runners at the corners with 1 away for Dylan Cricket Danielson, 0 for 1 today with a walk and a strikeout. Pickoff attempt back to first base, but back in safely. Standing and no tag is Benito Garcia. Forte, as we've already seen today, has a lot of speed. Pretty much middle outfield would likely score Forte from third on a sac fly. Pickoff attempt, but again back in standing is Benito Garcia. For Garcia, a bit of a threat on the base paths, 7 for 8 this year on stolen base attempts. One out in the inning, runner goes, no throw by Strong. And now there's a throw by Strong. Heading home and caught between third and home is Adonis Forte. He'll be caught in a pickle. The throw will be down to Joe Bramonti. Out at home is Adonis Forte, but advancing all the way up to third is going to be Benito Garcia. So an out on the play gets Forte between the base paths. So it will be a caught stealing against Adonis Forte. Pitch was a strike on the original throw. Benito Garcia advanced to second, a fielder's choice, and third on the pickle, so an 0-2 count. So Garcia not going to get credit for taking second or third by stolen bases. However, Forte will get a stat against him as a caught stealing heading home. 0-2, swing and a miss for strike number 3. And the Trappers, with runners at first and third, with nobody out, somehow get out of the inning. Strikeout number 1 of the day for Clay Odenbach, and the 7th victim of a strikeout for the Pierre Trappers overall. Middle 5, it's the Sunfish 3 and the Trappers 1. We'll be back for the bottom of the 5th here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Call 605-224-4200 for a special Trappers rate when you visit Pierre and Hyde Stadium. Whether you're coming for the best hunting, fishing, and outdoor recreation in the Midwest, just passing through, or coming out to the ballpark, the Governor's Inn is the place for you.
Bottom of the 5th inning here from Hyde Stadium as the Pierre Trappers down in this ball game 3-1 to the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Sunfish came up scoreless in the top half of this inning, although they had a very good chance to score with runners at first and third. with nobody out. Then a fly out by Kenneth Dutka, a strikeout by Cricket Danielson, and Forte caught stealing home for the 3 outs of the inning. So it will bring up Thomas McKenna. McKenna in the 9-1-2 due up in the batting order. McKenna 0 for 1 today with a ground out to short. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Windup will catch the strike zone for strike number 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the windup and pitch will go high, just above the letters, to Thomas McKenna. 2 balls and 1 strike. McKenna this season has walked 6 times, striking out only twice. Pitch will miss for ball 3. McKenna batting .250 on the year, 7 base hits, 1 for extra bases as he hit a double. 5 RBIs, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. 4 stolen base attempts, being successful on 3 of them. McKenna took a step out of the batter's box before being called back on a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes. McKenna, a day off yesterday back in Sioux Falls, went 0 for 3. Pitch runs high, almost hitting McKenna in the cheek. Avoids the pitch and will get a leadoff walk against Andrew Garcia. Garcia enters his 5th inning of work. 5th walk surrendered by Garcia. Walked 3 in the 1st inning, and Van Brusingen, Connor, and Bramante since then has calmed down in the walks department, walking 1 in the 3rd and now here in the 5th. It will bring up Brennan Van Brusingen, 0 for 1 with a walk and a ground out to 3rd. Runner at 1st in McKenna. The windup and pitch, first pitch swinging, fouled off for strike 1. Van Brusingen, a part of a family of 7, including 2 sets of twins. A ground ball to the shortstop and Garcia. That will go into the left field as Van Brusingen will reach. Ruled as a base hit, so Van Brusigen's first base hit as a trapper. McKenna so an 0-1 swing by Van Brusingen into left field puts runners at 1st and 2nd, bringing up Patrick Connor, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and fly out to right. Wind up and pitch showing bunt, pulls back on a pitch low for ball 1. Trappers a good opportunity, down by 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. Still a long way to go, but tying run is at 1st, worth mentioning. Nobody out in the inning. Trappers have left 4 runners on base so far today. Difference from the Sunfish have left 8. 0-1 ground ball to the second baseman, picking up his mix onto Garcia, onto first base, in time for the out of 4-6-3 double play. Out at second base is Van Brusingen. Advancing to 3rd is Thomas McKenna. It brings up Bramante, who would need a base hit or a reach on an error to drive in Thomas McKenna from 3rd. 2 outs, bottom 5. First pitch, check swing, called a strike anyway. No balls, 1 strike. Bramante this season for the Black Bears batted .293 with 44 base hits, 7 doubles, 6 home runs. As a foul ball will make it an 0-2 count. With the Black Bears also had 28 RBIs, stole 3 bases on 6 attempts. McKenna stands at third with 2 outs. The 0-2 to Bramante swung on and missed for strike number 3 as the Sunfish get out of the inning using a big double play hit into by Patrick Connor. It's strikeout number 7 of the day for Andrew Garcia. It will end inning number 5 as the Sunfish still lead by a score of 3-1. We'll be back for inning number 6 here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams. We'll be right back.
The Pierre Trappers are proud to partner with the Governor's Inn, the exclusive motel partner. When it comes to clothing in the capital area, Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry have you covered. Speedway Laundry offers the fastest way to clean clothes, with free Wi-Fi offered while you wait. Next door, family-owned and operated Total Beauty has a constantly changing inventory of top-quality clothing. Check out the newest lines in clothing by giving Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry a visit at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Top of the 6th inning. Here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams, Clay Odenbach returns for his 2nd inning of work after getting into a bit of trouble with a couple hit batters in the previous inning. Ended up getting out of it with a caught stealing home by Adonis Forte, a fly out to left by Kenneth Dutka, and a strikeout swinging by Dylan Cricket Danielson. And that all spells out the top of the order due up at JT Mix, Declan Beers, and Zeph Hoffpower for the Sioux Falls Sunfish here in the top of the 6th inning. Mix coming up to bat will step into the batter's box, leading things off here in inning number 6 with a 3-1 lead for the Sioux Falls Sunfish as they'll try to extend that lead even further with a big inning here. First pitch swinging up to the first base line, heading foul for strike 1. Trappers scoring 5 runs yesterday on 9 hits. Sunfish 13 runs on 12 hits in a 13-5 victory yesterday for Sioux Falls. Coming up tomorrow, a 7:05 first pitch for the Trappers on the road as a pitch will go high over the catcher for ball 1. Trappers will make their first trip to the neighboring Dakota in Minot, North Dakota to take on the Souris Valley SaberDogs. That's a 3-game set from Minot, including a series finale on Father's Day. 1-1, swung on and missed for strike number 2 to JT Mix. Meanwhile, for the Sunfish, they'll have a day off tomorrow before they travel to Carroll, Iowa, as a line drive is hit into right field. Diving play! My goodness! Brennan Van Brusigen, are you kidding me? A diving play laying all out in right center field. So a diving play by Brennan Van Brusigen in center field. Maybe the best defensive play we've seen all season from the Trappers. And it brings up Declan Beers. Pitch will go high for ball 1. It's Declan Beers, who's 1 for 3 today, singled, struck out, and reached on a fielder's choice. Pitch will be swung on and missed for strike number 1. Beers almost fittingly announced as tonight's beer batter from Hyde Stadium. He has struck out once today, making Hyde Stadium fans happy, and potentially to do it again Odenbach needs 2 more strikes. Doesn't get one on a pitch high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Beers. Two-one swung on and missed. And the Hyde Stadium fans might be happy after all, as Odenbach's just a strike away. Beers, the Northern Iowa Area Community College Trojan, went 3 for 9 in the original 6-game set against the Trappers, then lit up the Saber Dogs, going 7 for 16 in that 3-game series. The 2-2 from Odenbach, check swing. They're going to appeal down to the field umpire. Says no swing, and the count will run full. So a 3-2. Wind up and pitch. Pitch goes high for ball 4. Beers bat flips back to the dugout as he'll take the walk to first. First walk surrendered by Odenbach, but the third free pass after 2 hit batters. It will bring up Zeph Hoffpower, who's 1 for 2 today. Singled, fouled out to first, and walked. First pitch misses for ball 1, popping up is strong to threaten Beers back to the bag. Beers, no stolen bases or stolen base attempts today. He is 8 for 10 on the season, however. (1-0) as Odenbach winds up and deals on a pitch high, 2-0. Sunfish 3, Trappers 1, top of the 6th inning here from Hyde Stadium. Second of a 2-game homestand, both against the Sunfish. But more on the Sunfish future schedule: a day off tomorrow, then a trip to Carroll, Iowa, as they'll take on the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks for a 3-game set. A single game on Saturday before a doubleheader played on Father's Day. 2-0 pitch goes high, 3 balls, no strikes. Those games will officially be home games for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. So 3 balls, no strikes to Zeph Hoffpower immediately after the walk to Declan Beers. Action in the Trappers bullpen. 3-0 pitch misses, ball 4. So Zeph Hoffpower will reach on a walk. It's the second consecutive walk as Beers advances to second base. Parker Lewis in the bullpen for the Pierre Trappers. Two on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Odenbach winds up and fires on a line drive to right field. Heading out of the ballpark, a bat flip by Norris McClure, a 3-run shot. Doubles the run total for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Newman faded back, but eventually just sat back and watched it go. Norris McClure, his 2nd home run of the season and the 7th home run of the year for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. It's now 6-1 Sunfish in the lead after the 3-run shot by Norris McClure. So 5 runs this season allowed by Clay Odenbach. All of them have come off home runs. Two-run home run allowed by Odenbach in Fremont. Now a 3-run home run allowed to the Sioux Falls Sunfish. So McClure homers, bringing up Jonathan Brandon. Again, doubling the run total for the Sunfish. It was 3-1. That long ball makes it 6-1. Pitch will miss the strike zone for ball 1. So coming in to score on the McClure home run is both Beers and Hoffpower. Wind up and pitch, swing and a miss for strike number 1. McClure's second home run of the year. First was against the SaberDogs. Pitch goes high, 2 balls and 1 strike. If the lead holds for the Sunfish, it would be the 7th consecutive loss for the Pierre Trappers heading to Minot. 2-1 swing and a miss for strike number 2. Evens the count 2-2 to Jonathan Brandon. So at 2-2, pitch catches the strike zone. Strike number 3 called. Odenbach comes back with a strikeout against Jonathan Brandon following the 3-run home run. Second time Brandon has gone down on strikes, and the second strikeout of the day for Clay Odenbach. 8th punch out for the Trappers as a team. It brings up Adonis Forte, who's 0 for 1, strikeout, walk, and hit by pitch. First pitch will catch the strike zone for a called strike number 1. So no balls, 1 strike. 2 outs on a fly ball heading to Patrick Connor. Connor picks it up, fires onto first. In time for the out. So a 6-3 ground out ends the frame, but not before a 3-run bomb by the Sioux Falls Sunfish and Norris McClure. Put the Sunfish up 6-1. Trappers will try to respond in the bottom of the 6th when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Welcome back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Caden Cardoso leads things off. It's the 4-5-6 due up for the Trappers here in the bottom of the 6th after an absolute bomb by Norris McClure. A 3-run shot put the Sunfish up 6-1. First pitch will be swung on and missed for strike number 1. Remaining out on the mound is Andrew Garcia, as the next pitch will be a called strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Cardoso, who's 0 for 2 today, a strikeout and a fielder's choice. Check swing, appeal down, no swing. Puts the count at 1-2. Umpires today, Samuel Barrett in the field, Tristan Jones behind the plate. So a 1-2. Pitch will run low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So a 2-2 count to Cardoso, the cleanup batter. Pitch will go low, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Scores from around the Expedition League. In the bottom of the 6th, the Badlands Big Sticks lead the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks 5-4. That's a battle for 3rd place in the Lewis Division. Full count. Line drive will head into left field. Making the catch on the play is Dylan Cricket Danielson, making his first play in the outfield this season for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. So now 1 away in the inning will bring up Brendan Perez. Perez today 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. First pitch swinging into a foul ball that will pop back into the crowd. Down the first baseline, strike 1. Top of the 6th inning in Casper, 1-1 between the Pioneers and the Horseheads. 0-1, fouled off down the right field line for strike 2. Top of the 7th inning. Saberdog is dominating the Spuds. Called strike number 3 on Brendan Perez. He has a hat trick of strikeouts with 2 strikeouts looking in a row. It's the 8th strikeout of the day for Andrew Garcia. It brings up Strong, who's 1 for 2. He'll try to start a 2-out rally here in the 6th. Strong singled in the first, was stranded at first, then grounded out to third back in the 4th inning. Takes his 3rd plate appearance here in inning number 6. Top 7 Saberdogs leading the Spuds 10-0 from Corbett Field, where the Trappers will play tomorrow. Pitch goes high for ball 1. Finally, in the top of the 3rd, the Sasquatch look to finally take one from the Tommyknockers. Another pitch will run inside 2-0. Tommyknockers on a 4-game winning streak. That may come to an end if the score holds. It's early. Top 3, Sasquatch 6, Tommyknockers 2. (2-0) count. Pitch will miss high. 3 balls, no strikes to Strong. If Strong were to get on and extend the inning, it would bring up Brock Reinhardt, who's 0 for 2. 3-0, that one catches strike zone for strike number 1. Strong takes another pitch for a strike, and after being behind in the count 3-0, Andrew Garcia has worked the count full. Strong, the San Joaquin Delta College Mustang, has not had a collegiate appearance as his season was canceled due to COVID-19, as a pitch in the dirt will be ball 4. 6th walk surrendered by Andrew Garcia. So Brock Reinhardt comes to the plate. An 0 for 2 start to his day, a strikeout looking in the 1st and a ground out to short in the 4th. First pitch swinging into foul territory for strike number 1 out of play. Reinhardt takes a pitch low for strike number 2. Other than baseball, Reinhardt says he enjoys going to the beach, hanging in his hammock, listening to music, and going out with his friends as he'll take the pitch for a ball, first ball of the at-bat. So now a 1-2 count. Runner thought about going a ground ball, heading through the right side for a base hit by Brock Reinhardt. He breaks through today, gets a base hit of his own. Nicholas Strong will advance 90 feet to second base. And it brings up Newman, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking in the 2nd and 4th innings respectively. He'll look to break that mold with a base hit and potentially drive in another RBI. And there will be a pinch hitter in place of Jacob Newman, so Newman's day will end with an 0 for 2 line with 2 Ks. So instead, the pinch hitter will be number 6, and Eric Mast. Mast played in yesterday's game, went 1 for 4 with a walk and a strikeout. Back in Sioux Falls, went 1 for 6, 4 strikeouts, wore a golden sombrero with those 4 Ks, 2 RBIs. This series against the Sunfish is a combined 2 for 10, both at Caras Park and Hyde Stadium. So runners at first and second for Eric Mast. Assume he will take right field, which will make the new outfield Cardoso, Van Brusingen, and Mast. Pitch will be swung on, foul tipped for strike 1. So an 0-1 count to Eric Mast. Runners at first and second, Reinhardt at first, Strong at second, bottom 6, Sunfish 6, Trappers 1. The windup and pitch low, evens the count at 1-1. 2 Sunfish players heading down the left field line towards the Sioux Falls bullpen. Garcia winds up and deals with a 1-1. Check swing. An appeal, and they'll say he went around for strike 2. Drew Ballou warming up in the bullpen for Sioux Falls. One and 2. Reinhardt at first, Strong at second. Garcia a strike away from getting out of the inning and pitching 6 complete, only allowing a run. Mast waits on the pitch from Garcia. Dancing at second base is Strong. The windup and pitch will go low for ball 2. Sun beginning to set here in Pierre, South Dakota. Two balls, 2 strikes. The windup and pitch will go high. Puts the count full to Eric Mast. Mast working his way back into the count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming to Mast. Runners at first and second, 2 away. Trappers down by 5, trying to start a rally. The windup and pitch swung on and hit into center field. Back on it is Forte. Forte can't make the catch. Strong will come in to score, coming in as well as Brock Reinhardt. It will be a 2-run error by Adonis Forte in center field. That draws a cheer from the hometown crowd here in Pierre. The inning will be extended as Mast reaches its 6-3 Sunfish still lead. And now a meeting at the mound for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Pitching coach for Sioux Falls coming out in a 6-3 ball game and what is ruled as a 2-base E8. And slowly, the Sunfish players, coaches, and catcher will peel off the mound. Garcia will remain on the mound for now. There is action in the Sioux Falls bullpen. Another pinch hitter coming in for the Pierre Trappers. And Cole Yancey. So Cole Yancey comes in place of Thomas McKenna. So add a 0 onto McKenna's jersey, you get Cole Yancey wearing number 20. Yancey, the Georgia native, will get the at-bat with Mass standing at second base. First pitch swinging in foul territory. Out of play onto the prairie, an area in right field. No seats, just grass for strike one. Cole Yancey in yesterday's game went 2 for 5 with 3 strikeouts. We'll take the pitch for a called strike number 2, excuse me. No balls, 2 strikes, runner at second base in Eric Mast. 2 runs already across this inning for the Trappers. An 0-2, the windup and pitch will go low. That gets away from Beers. Advancing to third base is going to be Eric Mast. So it will be ruled a pass ball as Mast advances to third, a runner 90 feet away. And it's up to Cole Yancey to drive him in. For the Trappers, and the RBI E8 by Eric Mast drives in strong, and Reinhardt in 0-2 grounded up the middle. Picked up by Garcia and fired onto first, but the Trappers do get 2 runs out of the inning off a big dropped fly ball by Adonis Forte in center field. Strong and Reinhardt come in to score off the Mast fly ball. It makes it a 6-3 ball game as the Trappers slowly trying to chip away after the 3-run home run in the previous inning. We'll be back here for the 7th inning when the Trappers down by just 3 as they'll try to keep it there when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams.
Hey, it's the old Top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food: dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Dano's Marine is a proud partner of Pierre Trappers Baseball. Located at 320 St. Charles Street, Dano's provides service on your boat to get you back out on the water in the dog days of summer. Give them a call at 605-224-6612. That's Dano's Marine at 605-224-6612. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Back for the top of the 7th inning. A pitching change for the Pierre Trappers. Parker Lewis coming in to pitch for the Pierre Trappers. Lewis so far this season has pitched in 2 games, does have a loss on his record with a 16.20 ERA in an inning and 2/3 of work. 4 base hits, 3 runs, all 3 of them earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. So Parker Lewis will come into pitch here in the 7th inning to take on the bottom of the batting order: Benito Garcia, Kenneth Dutka, and Dylan Cricket Danielson. So Lewis, last pitching in Sioux Falls 2 games ago, where he got the loss. Pitch catches for the first strike of the at-bat, and the first pitch for Parker Lewis, the native of Longmont, Colorado. A line drive heading to left field that will hook for a foul ball. No balls and 2 strikes on the first 2 pitches by Lewis. Lewis, a Central Methodist Eagle in the regular collegiate season. Substitutions now at second base. Defensively, Cole Yancey in place of Thomas McKenna, and now in right field, Eric Mast in place of Jacob Newman. So an 0-2 will miss for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes. To the leadoff batter of the top of the 7th. Sunfish leads 6-3 in this ball game. Pop fly in the outfield, infield, as Cole Yancey ranges back on the border between the infield and outfield for the first out of the inning. So a pop out to the second baseman, Cole Yancey. It brings up Kenneth Dutka, 1 for 2 today. Single, walk, and fly out. But for Parker Lewis, came in, pitched 2/3 of an inning in Sioux Falls. Ended up walking a few batters, allowing a few runs to score. And eventually that game-winning run that allowed him to, unfortunately for him, take the loss in that game in Sioux Falls. 2-0 as Lewis winds up and deals. Another pop fly in the infield. Bramante ranging back, will reach back to make the catch. It will be a foul out to first base for Kenneth Dutka and 2 quick outs in the inning. So far, the Sunfish have gotten a runner on in every inning. It could be an exception if Lewis can get Cricket Danielson out. Dylan Cricket Danielson, 0 for 2 today, a walk and a pair of strikeouts. First pitch will catch the strike zone at the letters, a breaking ball for strike number 1. Oh, 1 swung on and missed on a pitch in the dirt. Good pitch by Lewis, but an ugly swing by Cricket Danielson. 6 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Sunfish. Here comes the 0-2, a pitch bounced in the dirt for ball 1. Nobody on for the Sioux Falls Sunfish with 2 away in the inning. The windup and pitch by Lewis. Pitch will go high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lewis winds up and deals on the 2-2. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Drop third strike. Blocked by Strong and tagged out on the play. So a drop third strike swinging with a 2 unassisted. First punch out for Parker Lewis as the Sunfish go 3 up, 3 down for the first time tonight. 7th inning stretch here from Hyde Stadium. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th. Trappers look to rally from down by 3 when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams.
Hey, it's the old top Gator here with Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza. Gators is known for top quality food. Now you can have our food selections delivered right to your front door using DoorDash. That's right, now you have 4 ways that you can get great Gators food. Dine in, carry out, curbside pickup, and now delivery through DoorDash. Gators has been serving the Pierre area and now Trappers baseball fans since 1987. Gators Pizza Pasta Subs in the Northridge Plaza.
Back for the bottom of the 7th inning here from Hyde Stadium. A pitching change for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. Now in is number 28 in Drew Ballou, the native of Wailuka, Hawaii. The Skyline College Trojan has pitched in 3 games so far this season. 1 start, does not have a record with a 4.50 ERA in 12 innings pitched. has allowed 12 base hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, 7 walks, 13 strikeouts, has not given up a home run. Last pitched against the Trappers as a starter in the series finale here at Hyde Stadium. The last time that the Sunfish visited Hyde, got a no decision in 5 innings, allowed 5 base hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 3 and struck out 2. Trappers back on that game. He'll have to take on the top of the order in Van Brusingen, Connor, and Bramante. A tough part of the order. However, only 1 base hit combined, and it belongs to Van Brusingen. First 1-2-3 inning for the Sioux Falls Sunfish back in the 7th inning as Parker Lewis pitched in his first inning of relief today. So it's Van Brusingen, then Connor, then Bramante to take on Drew Ballou. Averaging 1 base hit per inning pitched. Van Brusingen, the native of Savannah. And the first pitch coming from Ballou will hit off the catcher's glove for a called strike number 1. Van Brusingen, the right-handed batter against the right-handed pitching Drew Ballou. Only a couple of left-handed arms in the bullpen for Sioux Falls. Majority righties. 0-1 and a ground ball up the middle, speared by Ballou as he'll flip it onto first for the out. So it will bring up Patrick Connor, 0 for 2. Walked, flew out to right, and grounded into a double play on his line. Bottom of the 7th, Trappers still have 8 outs to work with the 8th and 9th innings still to be played. First pitch will run inside for ball 1. Sun continues to sink at around 9:30. Sky being painted a shade of light blue in the higher atmosphere and a shade of purplish pink on the lower parts. 2 balls, 1 strike. So Connor still looking for his first base hit as a Trapper. Two-0 count that he'll foul back. Will not stay in play, heading out of play for strike number 1. Bottom 7, 1 away after Van Brusingen grounded out to the pitcher. So a called strike to Patrick Connor will even the count at 2-2. All white uniforms for the Sunfish with black caps. Trappers with white pants, gold uniforms, and gold caps. The first time that they're wearing their gold caps and uniforms at home this season. 2-2 will miss slow for ball 3. Connor, the native of O'Fallon, Missouri, wears number 22 for the Pierre Trappers. Steps off the mound is Ballou. Wears 22 because he went to a Cardinals game when David Eckstein was the shortstop. Made an incredible diving play, and it inspired Connor not only to be a middle infielder, but to wear 22 as well. 3-2, a fly ball heading into right field, foul territory, out of play. Central Missouri going to carry North Carolina 2 seasons in a row. Site of the D2 National Championship for baseball, the D2 College World Series. And a full count to Patrick Connor. Stepping out of the box, time called yet again. Full count, payoff pitch, fouled off. Trying to make a play on it was the third base coach for the Trappers, and Coach Jamie couldn't come up with it. Count remains 3-2. Count remains full for Patrick Connor. Joey Bramante still due up with nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th. Trappers down by 3. Blue winds up and deals on a pitch high, heading back over our heads, thuds off the press box and out of play. It's now officially a battle between Patrick Connor and Drew Ballou. Full count. 2 consecutive foul balls by Patrick Connor have kept him alive in the count. Ballou accepts the sign, winds up the kick and fires on a fly ball. Out of play yet again. Count remains 3-2 with 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Chose the Trappers because his college coach at Central Missouri told him South Dakota was a beautiful state and Pierre itself is a great place to spend the summer. Decided to sign with the Trappers after hearing that. Ball 4 will miss and Patrick Connor will win the battle. 7th walk of the day surrendered by the Sioux Falls Sunfish after 6 were allowed by Andrew Garcia. So it brings up Joey Bramante. So Bramante will step in. Today is 0 for 1. A pair of walks and a strikeout swinging. Has batted in every odd-numbered inning. Will continue to do so here in inning number 7. Has reached 2nd and 3rd, but has not scored today. Wind up and pitch, swung on and fouled off into Declan Beers, the catcher, for strike number 1. He'll take a second out of the dirt circle surrounding home before stepping back in, ready for an 0-1 count to Joey Bramante. Bramante has struck out 14 times this season, only getting 6 base hits. 2 of those base hits, however, balls he hit over the wall. 0-1 will miss low, evening the count at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 runner on. Trappers down by 3, and the tying run is represented by the on-deck batter in Caden Cardoso. Pitch will go low and get away. Nothing doing at first base by Patrick Connor. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trappers remain with a runner at first and 1 out. So now a 2-1 count. Pickoff attempt back to first base. Is not in time. So a 2-1 count remains to Joey Bramante. The windup and pitch will go outside. Ball 3. A hitter's count now to Joey Bramante, the Trappers' first baseman. So now a 3-1 count with Patrick Connor standing at first and 1 away in the inning. A swing and a pop fly heading over our heads in the press box for strike number 2. Count will go full for the 2nd consecutive batter. a good start for Andrew Garcia today. Pitched 6 innings, only allowing 3 hits. Allowed 3 runs to score, however, only 1 of them earned. Runner goes, takes off for second. Throw is in time for the out. And it's out number 3 of the inning on the strike him out, throw him out. So Bramonte strikes out and Connor thrown out heading for second base. Caught stealing, he's 0 for 1 on the year in his debut. A talk between Montario May and the field umpire and Samuel Barrett, seeing if there's any chance for an appeal. 8th inning coming up when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Welcome back for the 8th inning here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams. Parker Lewis returns for his 2nd inning of work after a 1-2-3 7th inning. Back for inning number 2 of his appearance. His 3rd of the year for the Trappers. He'll have to take on the much tougher top part of the order, however, in Mix, Beers, and Hoffbauer. Few sponsors we'd like to thank for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season, including Allied Plumbing and Heating, Kathy's Sun and Shine Properties, Farmers Union Insurance Mefford, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, and the Governor's Inn. Thank you for continuing to be sponsors for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season. JT Mix will lead things off here in inning number 8. He is 1 for 3 today with a single in the 4th, a fielder's choice in the 2nd, a fly out in the 8th. This pitch will miss for ball 1. Also walked and came around to score all the way back in the 1st inning. 6-3 Sunfish lead. Here entering the 8th, pitch will go low, but catch the strike zone for strike 1. The 1-1 fly ball into right field. Heading back is Mast, able to reach up and make the catch right underneath the scoreboard for the out. Mast coming in as a pinch hitter earlier in the ballgame to relieve Jacob Newman, the starting right fielder. Mast taking over, and right it will be Declan Beers, the new batter. Beers 1 for 3, singled in the 1st, struck out in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th, and walked in inning number 6. And Beers will be plunked with the baseball as he'll go down to 1st. So a hit by pitch will bring up Zeph Hoffbauer. Hoffbauer today 1 for 2, singled and fouled out, since then a couple of walks. Did come around to score off a walk in the 6th inning. Pitch will get away and taking off for second base, and rounding second, but putting on the brakes there, is Beers. Off the wild pitch from Lewis. So a 1-0 count to Zeph Hoffbauer. Hoffbauer, the native of Berwick, Louisiana, attending Pensacola State College, playing for the Pirates. A 1-0 count. Pitch will go high for ball 2. So 2 balls and no strikes. Lewis takes a deep breath, winds up and deals a swing and a miss by Hoffpower for strike number 1. So a 2-1 count to Zeph Hoffpower with 1 away. Action in the Sioux Falls bullpen, nothing doing in the Trappers' pen. Pitch high, and that one will hit Hoffpower in the shoulder, the second consecutive batter hit by a pitch. So after a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 7th for the Sunfish, they get 2 runners on, both by the same method. 4th hit batter today. That means 12 free passes have been handed out to the Sunfish today, with 8 walks and 4 hit batters. It brings up McClure. Runner goes to third. The throw, not in time. It gets into center field. Coming in to score is Declan Beers. Taking second base is Zeph Hoffpower. So a stolen base for both Beers and Hoffpower, as Beers scores on the E2 by Strong. It's the first error of the ballgame against the Trappers. So another run comes in for the Sunfish. It's now 7-3. Pitch will miss for a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Norris McClure. McClure 1 for 3 today, a strikeout, flyout, and a 3-run home run back in the 6th. The pitch goes high, 3-0. First time McClure has had to take on Parker Lewis. Lewis in his second inning of work after a 3-up, 3-down inning. Last inning, he has now had a flyout for the leadoff batter Mix, then 2 hit batters. Swing and a miss for strike number 1. Football score here from Hyde Stadium is the Sunfish 7 and the Trappers with 3. Trappers in danger of losing their 7th straight heading into a road trip. So 3 balls, 1 strike. A swing and a miss well in front of it was Norris McClure. Will run the count full from an original 3-0 count. After the trip to Minot, Trappers continue their road trip. It'll be a 5-game road stand with those final 2 games being in Sioux Falls. Line drive into right field. That drops for a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Zeph Hoffpower. The throw home is not in time. An RBI single by Norris McClure. He now has 4 RBIs on the day. Hoffpower gets 2 bases. That makes it an 8-3 game. It brings up Jonathan Brandon, 1 out, 1 on. Brandon 1 for 4 today. Singled, lined out to short. Struck out twice. Pitch will go low for ball 1. A big difference from the last inning when Lewis pitched through 3 batters. He's now pitching to his 5th batter, and barring a double play, won't get out of this inning on the 5th batter. So a 1-0 count. The pitch from Lewis will go outside for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes as Lewis has broken down on control here in his second inning of work. Lewis checks over at the runner in McClure, who's standing firmly on first base, now taking his lead. A swing, and the ball will get away. A wild pitch on the swing as McClure will take second base. Brandon both struck out looking and swinging in the 4th and looking in the 6th. 8-3 Sunfish lead here in the top of the 8th. 2 runs already across for Sioux Falls. 2-1 will be in the dirt. That one gets away from Strong. Taking third base is Norris McClure. 3-1 on another wild pitch. And now there will be a meeting at the mound between the catcher, Nick Strong, and the pitcher in Parker Lewis. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out in the inning. Sunfish threatening to score yet another run in this frame. The SaberDogs, the Trappers' next opponent, a game out of the division lead in the Lewis division. And if the score holds here, a series sweep in Minot would spell a 10-game losing streak for the Trappers. (3-1). High fly ball into shallow right field. There to make the catch will be Eric Mast. Tagging up and heading home. The throw home is not in time. It will be a sac fly to right field. In to score is Norris McClure. It is 9-3 Sunfish. It brings up Forte, who today is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, walk, hit by pitch, and ground out to short. First pitch from Lewis. Fly ball into left field. That's going to drop for a base hit. It will roll to Cardoso, rounding first and heading for second. Safe at second base is Adonis Forte, turning on the afterburners to get there. In there with a slide with a 2-out double. It will bring up Benito Garcia, 0 for 3 today. A fly out to left, strikeout swinging, was hit by a pitch and popped out to the second baseman, Cole Yancey. Runner now at second base. The pitch will go low and outside for ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes to Garcia from Parker Lewis. Still no action in the Trappers' bullpen. Action continues in the Sioux Falls bullpen. Pitch will miss low, ball 2. Lewis does have 1 strikeout today. It ended the top half of the 7th. No strikeouts in this half inning for the Sunfish. (2-0) misses again, 3-0. So now a 3-0 count with a Forte standing at second base. Kenneth Dutka standing on deck. The 3-0 goes in the dirt, a 4-pitch walk. First walk surrendered today by Parker Lewis. So now it's Kenneth Dutka coming up to bat. Dutka today 1 for 3. Singled, walked, flew out to left, and popped out to the first baseman, Joey Bramonti. with the walk. It is walk number 9 of the day. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 1 against Kenneth Dutka. If Dutka were to extend the inning, it would bring up Dylan Cricket Danielson, 0 for 3 today with 3 Ks. Swing and a miss for strike number 2. Lewis goes ahead in the count to Dutka. No balls, 2 strikes. 9 runs for the Sunfish. 3 of them have come across this inning. Pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 3. It ends the 8th inning for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, giving the Trappers a chance to crawl back in this ballgame. They are in their biggest hole of the night, however, down by 6 runs. Trappers trying to battle back from a large deficit for the second night in a row when we come back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr live streams.
You don't need an illness to need a doctor. You don't need to feel sick to feel better. You don't need to be unwell to get well. What you do need is a primary care provider at Sanford Health. Better healthcare starts with regular wellness visits and a familiar face who knows you, your concerns, and your goals. We're here before you need us. We're here when you need us. We're here after you need us. We're here for you. Find your primary care provider at sanfordhealth.org today.
Back for the bottom of the 8th inning, Trappers with the 3-4-5, or 4-5-6 due up, I should say, in Caden Cardoso, Brendan Perez, and Nicholas Strong. All due up for the Pierre Trappers. Drew Ballou remains in the ballgame to pitch his 2nd inning of relief after the 1-2-3 7th. So Cardoso leads things off here in the bottom of the 8th. Trappers in their biggest deficit of the night when coming up to the plate. Down by 6 runs here in the bottom of the 8th. Last inning, 3 runs for the Sunfish. 2 base hits on 1 Trapper error. They left 2 runners on base. Ballou winds up and deals on a pitch low, takes a strike at the knees. So an 0-1, current line score 9 runs on 8 hits, 2 errors for the Sunfish. They've left a host on base. 0-1 swung on and fouled off home plate for strike 2. Trappers 3 runs on 3 hits. 1 error to this point. They've only left 6 on base. So an 0-2 count. Cardoso steps out of the box. Will take the trip back in to face an 0-2 count against Drew Ballou, who pitched a 1-2-3 7th inning. So no 2 to Cardoso, the leadoff batter at the bottom of the 8th. So far today, Cardoso 0 for 3, struck out, fielder's choice, and a flyout. Swing and a miss by Caden Cardoso will go for out number 1 of the 8th inning, and the Trappers are down to their final 5 outs. Second strikeout for Drew Ballou, and the second consecutive strikeout as Joey Bramonti struck out to end the 7th inning for the Trappers. Brendan Perez, who enters with a hat trick of strikeouts, will bat second in the inning. 2 strikeouts looking and 1 swinging. First pitch, a big swing, but absolutely no baseball on the wood of the bat. 0-1 count. Baloo hangs his arm. Sets, winds up, and deals, and another swing over the ball by Perez. Just swinging at anything right now. No balls, 2 strikes. So an 0-2 from Baloo to Perez. Will take a pitch high and inside for ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here, bottom 8 after Caden Cardoso goes down swinging to lead off the inning. Baloo sets, winds up and deals, and a big swing and a miss by Perez. Second Trapper to go down via the punch out in this inning. So now 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th, bringing up Nicholas Strong. Strong today 1 for 2, singled in the first, grounded out to third in the 4th, walked and came around to score in inning number 6. Only 3 base hits for the Trappers tonight, a far cry from their 9 that they had yesterday. Most of that coming off Andrew Garcia. 6 innings pitched, 3 base hits. So far, nothing doing off of Baloo. First pitch will miss for a ball. So a 1-0 count. 2 outs in the inning, nobody on. Bottom 8 Trappers down by 6. The windup and pitch by Baloo. Check swing will roll away. And a called strike. So a 1-1 count with 2 away. We appreciate you sticking with us and making us a part of your Thursday night. Nearly 10 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone. 1-1 swung on and missed by Nick Strong. And this inning, Drew Baloo has been untouchable by the Trappers' bats. So now a 1-2. The pitch by Baloo will miss on the outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In fact, this inning, there have been so many swings and misses and so few foul balls, you would think that the bat and ball were magnets that were repelling each other. So a 2-2 count to Strong. A swing, and finally, the bat makes contact with the ball as it's a foul ball into the screen. So far tonight, the Trappers have struck out 11 times. No chance to match the total of 17 without the help of extra innings. So a 2-2 count to Strong from Baloo. Pitcher in Drew Baloo, the native of Wailuka, Hawaii. Pitch will roll past the glove of Beers, the catcher. Puts the count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. A walk or a base hit that would extend the inning would bring up Brock Reinhardt, who's 1 for 3. Stepping out of the box is Strong, nearly at the 3-hour mark of today's ball game. Yesterday's game went 3 hours and 27 minutes. Ball will miss low, and indeed Strong will be able to work the count for a walk in his favor. Second walk surrendered by Baloo, and the 8th time the Trappers have walked tonight will bring up Brock Reinhardt. We'll take you through the Expedition League one more time. Bottom of the 8th, the Badlands Big Sticks have opened up a blowout game over the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, 12-4. Bottom 8, Casper in western Nebraska tied at 4 from Wyoming. Pitch fouled back into the screen for strike number 1 to Reinhardt. Runner at first and strong, 2 outs in the inning. Bottom of the 8th, the Saber Dogs have been relentless on the Spuds. The Trappers will see them tomorrow at 17-8, Souris Valley. Pickoff attempt back to first base, but back in standing is strong. Bottom of the 5th inning, the Sasquatch look like they're going to take one game from the Tommyknockers. They hold an 11-4 lead over the expansion team in Butte, Montana. 0-1 count. Swung on and missed for strike number 2. Reinhardt struck out in the first, grounded out to short in the 4th, singled, and later came around to score in inning number 6. Eric Mast on deck should Reinhardt extend the inning. 0-2, the pitch by Ballou. Pitch high for ball 1. Looked like that one was right at the letters. Reinhardt might have gotten away with one. So now a 1-2 count to Brock Reinhardt. Ballou accepts the sign with a slight head nod. The pitch outside for ball 2. Puts the count even to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nine to 3 Sunfish lead here in the bottom of the 8th. Trappers trying to come back to avoid a 7th consecutive loss. 2-2, ground ball up the middle. It will be picked up by Mix. Not in time. The throw pulled off Hoffpower off the bag. It will be officially ruled as a base hit. Reinhardt is now 2 for 4 today. And a crucial base hit with 2 outs and 2 strikes in the at-bat. Strong advances to second base. So it brings up Eric Mast. Mast today is 0 for 1, reaching on an error. So the Trappers trying to start a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the 8th. Both Strong and Reinhardt getting on, advancing runners to first and second for Eric Mast, who's had both a very hot bat some nights and a very cold bat other nights. First pitch to Mast will miss inside for ball 1. So a 1-0 count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Sunfish 9, Trappers 3. Sunfish also trying to take a series lead over the Trappers, with this being the 9th game. Current series is tied at 4. Swing and a chopper over to second base. Fires onto first in time for the out. So a 4-3 ground out ends the chance for a 2-out rally. Trappers do get a base hit and leave one aboard. We'll head to the 9th inning as the Trappers look to hold off the Sunfish and keep their deficit at 6 runs. Then we'll try for a miraculous comeback in the bottom of the 9th when we return here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixlr channel live streams. Trappers fans, summer is here. Get your boat back in shape with a visit to Dano's Marine. Dano's Marine will get you back out on the water this summer with excellent service and years of experience. Give them a call at 605-224-6612 or visit them at 320 St. Charles Street in Pierre. Any water, any problem, Dano's Marine. Join the Shell's loyalty program and never pay full price for gas again. Shell's loyalty members also get monthly specials for increased savings. Shells doesn't just fill up your tank, but it also fills up your stomach with a variety of food and drinks. Become a Loyalty Club member today by visiting Shells at 621 Sioux Avenue or give them a call at 605-224-6266. Top of the ninth inning. Here from Hyde Stadium, a pitching change and a defensive substitution. Both have to do with each other. The new pitcher for the Pierre Trappers is number 13 in Brendan Perez, who was the former third baseman. Now taking over at third is number 3 in Braden Cordes. So for Brendan Perez this season, has not had the pitching outings that he would have wanted. This season in 3 appearances is 0-2, has an 18 ERA in 6 innings pitched, 5 hits, 16 runs, 12 of them earned, has walked 22 and struck out 4. He's allowed 1 home run this season. He'll have to take on the 9-1-2 in Dylan Cricket Danielson, JT Mix, and Declan Beers, barring a pinch hitter. So again, the new pitcher for the Trappers is Brendan Perez on the mound. Taking over at third base is Braden Cordes. A few more sponsors for the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season. We'd like to say thank you to, including Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Cowboy Country Stores, First United Methodist Church, Gentleman's Barber Shop, and Capital City Wine and Spirits. Thank you for continuing your support of Pierre Trappers baseball. So a few substitutions in the field. 4 of the 9 defensive starters have since been substituted for third base, the pitcher, second base, and right. It was originally Perez, Shelton, McKenna, and Newman at third, pitcher, second, right. It's now Cordes, Perez, Yancey, and Mast. So Dylan Cricket Danielson steps in. He has a hat trick of his own with 3 strikeouts, all swinging, including a walk on his line. He'll try to avoid wearing the golden sombrero, which is 4 strikeouts in a ball game. So Cricket Danielson leads things off here in the 9th. Sunfish will try to take this large lead and make it into a runaway. First pitch swinging, a pop fly heading to the first baseman. Picking it up in foul territory is Joseph Bramonti for a strike. So no balls, 1 strike. An error given to Bramonti on the dropped foul ball. One and one, swing and a miss for strike 2. So a 1-2 count to Cricket Danielson. Pitch will miss for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pitch will catch the strike zone for strike number 3. So a golden sombrero for Dylan Cricket Danielson as he strikes out against Brendan Perez. So it will bring up JT Mix with 1 out. Perez winds up and deals on a pitch inside, catches strike zone for strike number 1. Trying to move his walk to strikeout ratio a little more in his favor, but he's got a bit of work to do. And 0-1, Perez deals on a fly ball into center field. That will drop for a base hit. So Mix gets his second base hit of the day. He's now 2 for 5. And it will bring up Declan Beers. Beers 1 for 3 in order, singled in the first, coming around to score, struck out looking in the second. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth, walked and came around to score in the sixth, was hit by a pitch in the eighth, coming around to score. So 3 runs for Declan Beers today. Pitch will miss low for ball 1. Perez, the pitcher for the Trappers, the Point University Skyhawk out of Lilburn, Georgia. This season for the Skyhawks on the mound, a 14.54 ERA. No record but a save. Pitch will be called a strike, evening the count at 1-1. Pitched in 4 1/3 innings at Point University, allowed 2 base hits, 9 runs, 7 earned, 6 walks, and 5 strikeouts. 1-1, ground ball up the third base line, foul. Puts the count in Perez's favor, 1-2. Certainly would take a strikeout, but to face the minimum, a double play hit into by Declan Beers would also serve the purpose Perez is looking for. A 1-2, Perez deals on a pitch fouled off. Declan Beers entered today's game batting .372, only has 1 base hit today in 3 attempts. One-two will be fouled off, heading onto Capitol Ave, out of play and out of the park. So for Beers, depending on the result of this at-bat, his batting average will either decrease or increase at the end of today's ballgame. Again, barring extra innings or the Sunfish batting around. Now a 1-2, the windup and pitch on the outside part of the plate will even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at first base is JT Mix. 2-2 will go outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, another update on the upcoming schedules for the Sunfish and the Trappers. The Sunfish play home games this weekend against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. However, they're more of a home away from home as they'll be playing those games in Carroll, Iowa. A big swing and a miss. Beers swinging out of his shoes. He strikes out for the second time tonight. So 2 outs, both on strikeouts. JT Mix singled. He's the runner at first base. So no balls, no strikes. Pitch will run inside. Dodging out of the way is Hoffpower for ball 1. For the Trappers, they get on a bus tomorrow morning bound for Minot, North Dakota. First pitch tomorrow will be at 7:05 Pier time against the Souris Valley Saberdogs. 1-0 goes high, ball 2. Saberdogs, a dominant win over the Canyon County Spuds tonight. And with a loss by the Mining City Tommyknockers, if the score holds with the Sasquatch over the Tommyknockers, the Saberdogs will be at a tie for top of the Lewis division. Pitch misses again, ball 3. Every team that is playing tonight is still in action. Pitch goes high, ball 4. First walk surrendered by Perez. It will be the 10th walk surrendered by the Trappers tonight. It brings up McClure, who's 2 for 4 today, struck out, flew out, hit a 3-run home run, and an RBI single. First pitch catches the strike zone for strike number 1. So far for the Trappers, a couple more Ks than walks on their pitching line. Pitch will bounce in the dirt. Both runners advance on the wild pitch. Puts the count to 1 ball and 1 strike. So JT Mix advanced to second on the Hoffpower walk. He gets to third on the wild pitch. Hoffpower gets into scoring position as well, getting to second. So first and second and third with 2 outs. Strong will have a quick talk with Perez with a 1-1 count to McClure. Nine to 3, Sunfish lead here in the top of the 9th. Sunfish batting, trying to extend their lead and try to score double digits for the 3rd game in a row against the Trappers. 1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2. McClure out of Mandeville, Louisiana, Spring Hill College Badger. Went 1 for 4 against the SaberDogs in his only appearance against them, but since has lit a fire against the Trappers until now when Perez strikes out his 3rd batter of the inning as McClure goes down on strikes for the 2nd time today. So McClure now 2 for 5. The Trappers will be down by 6 runs heading into their final 3 outs as they try for a miracle rally in the bottom of the 9th. An exciting finish here from Hyde Stadium. We'll be back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories with family, friends, and your community is just a way of life. Yes, in times like these, it's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn.
Bottom of the 9th inning, about to get underway. Drew Ballou entering his 3rd inning of work, and if he can close it out, he would get the save. No matter the score, pitched 3 innings to close out the ballgame. It is a statistical save. Drew Ballou looks for the save here against the Trappers. A few more sponsors of the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season we'd like to say thank you to, including Bank West, Big Tom's Diner, Bob's Lounge, Brackey Financial, Cattleman's Club, Edward Jones, Mark Ullman, Farmers Union Insurance, Foster's Rentals, Governor's Inn, Guadalajara, and Hero Gym. Thank you for continuing to be sponsors of the 2021 Pierre Trappers baseball season. Trappers look to rally by down 6 runs, and they'll start it off with Cole Yancey. First pitch will go high for ball 1. Scoreless inning in the top of the 9th for the Sunfish. They've scored in most innings so far tonight, scoring in the 1st, 4th, 6th, and 8th. So that's 4 out of the 9 innings. Trappers have scored in the 1st and 6th, and that's it. So tonight, the Sunfish have scored in more innings than the Trappers have total runs. 1-1. Pitch will go high for ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike. Yancey 0 for 1 today, grounding back to the pitcher. At the time, Andrew Garcia. It's his first time taking on Baloo. 2-1. Nobody out, bottom 9. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Cole Yancey, the native of Monroe, Georgia, previously played in the Sun Belt Baseball League in 2019, where he won the league championship. A swing up the middle, speared by the second baseman in JT Mix. Trappers now down to their final 2 outs. Brennan Van Brusigen will come up. He is 1 for 3 today. So Trappers down to their final 2 outs. Nobody on the base paths. They're down by 6, bottom 9. Pitch will miss for ball 1. We appreciate those of you who are sticking with us here in the late hours of your Thursday evening. So 1 ball, no strikes. Baloo accepts the sign. The pitch will go low, but catch the strike zone for strike 1. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Heading into a couple of games away from each other, the Sunfish and Trappers see each other a lot in the month of June. A few breaks, however. Pitch will miss low in the dirt and get away from Beers. 2 balls and 1 strike. The team that the Sunfish play next, the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks, trying to rally in the top of the 9th. They've scored 4 already. They're still down by 6, 14-8. That's a home game for the Big Sticks. Bottom 9, Casper trying to rally over Western Nebraska. It's 5-4 Pios. 2-1, the pitch by Baloo. Line drive into left field. That will be a base hit. 5th base hit of the ball game, and the 2nd by Brendan Van Brusigen. A good debut for him, a leadoff walk, and other than that, a 2 for 4 line. It brings up Patrick Connor, 0 for 2, still looking for his first base hit as a Trapper, making his debut tonight. An absolute barn burner in Minot. Souris Valley and Canyon County have combined for 31 runs. It's 20-11 Sabre Dogs. Van Brusigen stands on first. First pitch to Connor will miss for a ball. Finally, in the bottom of the 6th, the Sasquatch lead by 11 over the Tommyknockers, 15-4 from 3 Legends Field in Butte, Montana. 1-0 will be a pop fly into right field. Chasing after it is the right fielder. Unable to come up with it in the bullpen is Dutka. Evens the count at 1-1. Couple other streaks look like they will continue. If the scores hold for both Canyon County and Casper, that would be a 4-game and 5-game losing streak, respectively. 1-1 will miss low. 2 balls, 1 strike. A few winning streaks in the Expedition League. One might break the Mining City Tommyknockers of a 4-game winning streak. That may snap if the score holds against the Sasquatch. Western Nebraska, if they hold off Casper, would have a 4-game winning streak. Highest winning streak in the EL right now is Fremont. Foul ball will be popped up out of play for strike number 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fremont and Hastings off tonight. Fremont has a 5-game winning streak heading into their next series. 2-2. the count 1 away here in the bottom of the ninth. 1 runner on, Sunfish 9, Trappers 3. Wind up and pitch by Baloo. Baloo will be fouled off down the third baseline, keeping the at-bat alive for Patrick Connor. Still looking for his first Expedition League base hit. And news from Dickinson as the Big Sticks and Whiskey Jacks have gone final. A 14-8 win for Badlands. They now sit at third in the Lewis division. Pitch will run inside. It looked like it hit off the handle of the bat of Patrick Connor for a foul ball. Almost reacted as if he was hit by it, but I think it went right off the knob of the bat next to his hands. So a 2-2 count for Patrick Connor. Connor 0 for 2 today, a fly out to right, grounded into a double play. Another one here would end the ball game and send the Sunfish home winners. Ball will go low, and it's now a full count to Patrick Connor, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Despite the 6-run deficit, the hometown faithful sticking with it at Hyde Stadium. So a full count, swing and a pop fly into right field and foul territory out of play. A battle starting yet again between Patrick Connor and a Sunfish pitcher in Drew Baloo. First battle in which Patrick Connor walked was only the second batter that Baloo faced. So round 2 will also go the distance between Baloo and Connor. Wind up and pitch, a hit and run spoiled away as Connors gets another pitch away from Baloo, working his pitch count up, nothing doing in the Sioux Falls bullpen. So a full count to Patrick Connor. Brennan Van Brusingen stands on first base. The wind up and pitch and a line drive into right field, that will hook foul. So the count remains 3-2 to the 2-hole batter still looking for his first hit of the year. Nine runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Sunfish, 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Trappers. A called strike 3 as Connor was taking off for first base. So a strikeout puts the Trappers down to their final out of the ballgame. A strikeout looking as Connor's first of the year. Strikeout number 4 for Drew Baloo. The Trappers have struck out 12 times tonight. Joey Bramonte represents the final out. He's 0 for 2 today, a pair of walks and a pair of strikeouts. However, the 2 pair don't help the Trappers at this point in the ballgame. First pitch will be a swing by Bramonte for strike number 1. Trappers swept the Sunfish the last time the Sunfish came to Hyde Stadium. Sunfish try to return the favor. A pitch will be fouled back for strike number 2, and the Trappers now down to their final strike. An 0-2 count to Joey Bramonte, trying to put a ball in play to avoid the hat trick of strikeouts. An 0-1, the windup and deal. Swing and a miss on a drop third strike. The throw down to third is not in time as that rolls into center field. Taking off for third is Van Brusingen. Trappers will have runners at first and third despite the 5th strikeout of the day for Drew Ballou. So Van Brusigen will advance to second base because of Bramante, but advanced to third because of an E2 on the throwing error by Declan Beers. So Cardoso has an 0-1 count. Pitch will go high, evening the count at 1-1. Correction, 1 ball, no strikes to Cardoso. Cardoso 0 for 4 today, a pair of strikeouts, a fielder's choice, and a fly out to left. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Pitch goes outside for ball 2. 2 more balls and a walk would bring up Brendan Perez, the pitcher, with the bases loaded. Perez, the starting third baseman, stayed there for 8 innings before switching to the mound in the top half of the 9th. Pitched a scoreless inning against the Sunfish. Two balls, no strikes. 2 outs. Trappers down to their final out tonight against the Sunfish. The windup and pitch will go low, but catch the strike zone for strike number 1. 2 balls and 1 strike. So now a 2-1 count to Caden Cardoso. Bramante stands at first, Van Brusigen at third. Pitch will miss, 3 balls and 1 strike. So Cardoso, the current batter, struck out in the 1st and 8th. Those bookend a fielder's choice and a fly out to left. Cardoso, the Canadian from Abbotsford, British Columbia, will swing and foul a pitch back into the seats down the third base line. Count will run full, and for the second time tonight, the Trappers are down to their final strike. Cardoso steps out of the box for just a moment. With runners at the corners. Trappers trying to rally. And a 2-out rally at that. Cardoso puts the pad over his shoulders. Ballou winds up and deals, and a line drive up the middle. It will be fielded by Garcia. Throw on to first is in time for the out. And that will end today's ball game. A 6-3 ground out grounded into by Caden Cardoso will end the ball game and send the Sunfish home winners by a final score of 9-3. First pitch tonight was at 7:05. Game will end at 10:32 at night, meaning tonight's game time is 3 hours and 27 minutes, exactly matching last night as the Sioux Falls Sunfish sweep the Pierre Trappers in a quick 2-game homestand for the Trappers. Both teams will hit the road. Technical home games for the Sioux Falls Sunfish played in Carroll, Iowa. The Pierre Trappers get on a bus tomorrow morning to head to Minot, North Dakota to take on the Lewis Division leading Souris Valley Saberdogs. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here on the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler channel live streams for the Pierre Trappers post-game show. We'll be right back. Wow, Shell's Quick Stop is the place to go for a variety of food, drinks, fishing tackle, and more. Hungry? Come on down for breakfast pizza, burritos, biscuits and gravy, soup, salad, and wraps. Thirsty? Try their hot and cold espresso drinks, lattes, frappuccinos, and milkshakes from the drive-up window. Heading down to the water? Stop by to pick up minnows, crawlers, and leeches to secure the big bites. All of it's down at Shell's at 621 West Sioux Avenue.
The Governor's Inn is the exclusive motel partner of the Pierre Trappers. Check out the special Trappers rate for your visit to Pierre and Hyde Stadium this summer. Call 605-224-4200 directly to get the Trappers rate. With free wireless internet, a deluxe breakfast, and an indoor pool and hot tub, there's no reason not to stop at the Governor's Inn. Total Beauty and Speedway Laundry are your homes for everything clothing in the capital area. Since 2010, Total Beauty has offered great customer service and competitive prices. Next door at Speedway Laundry, they have you covered for a fast, convenient way to wash and dry your clothes and other household items, including king-size comforters. Visit them at 111 First Street in Fort Pierre.
Welcome back to the Pierre Trappers YouTube and Mixler live streams. Post-game show as the Sioux Falls Sunfish sweep the Pierre Trappers in a 2-game set from Hyde Stadium. If you include the game played at Sioux Falls back on Tuesday, it's a 3-game sweep for the Sunfish over the Pierre Trappers, as the Trappers have now lost 7 consecutive games. For the Sunfish, they've won 4 straight. Sunfish advanced to 9-10 on the season, are a win away from 500. They'll try to earn that on Saturday against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks. For the Trappers, they have a 7-game losing streak. They'll try to avoid a series sweep against Souris Valley and try to snap a 7-game losing streak tomorrow night at 7:05, first pitch from Minot, North Dakota. You can tune in to that game on the Pierre Trappers Mixler stream. No YouTube stream for the Pierre Trappers. However, their YouTube stream will be available produced by the Souris Valley Saberdogs. Taking a look at the final line scores tonight, the Pierre Trappers with 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors. They left 10 runners on base. For the Sioux Falls Sunfish, 9 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors. They left 13 men on base. Start time today was 7:05 p.m. with an end time of 10:32 for a game time of 3 hours and 27 minutes. A total of 422 fans were in attendance tonight. Winning pitcher was the starter for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, and Andrew Garcia. He pitched 6 innings with 3 hits, allowed 3 runs. Only one of them was earned. Walked 6 and struck out 8. Getting the loss tonight was Jared Shelton. He pitched in 4 innings, allowing 5 base hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, walked 6 and struck out 6. Taking a look at the relief pitchers tonight and getting a save. Now, while it wasn't a typical save situation for the Sioux Falls Sunfish, if you pitch the final 3 innings of a ball game and shut it out in relief, you do get a statistical save. So Drew Ballou, coming out of the bullpen in the 7th inning, pitches the 7th, 8th, and 9th to get the statistical save for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. It's his first save of the year. For Drew Ballou, he walked 2 batters, striking out 5. So 13 total strikeouts for Sunfish pitchers. They walked 8. 5 total base hits as well. For the Pierre Trappers bullpen, they pitched in 9 complete innings, allowing 9 base hits, 9 runs, all of them earned. For Trapper pitchers, a total of 10 walks and 12 strikeouts. So 13 strikeouts for Trapper pitchers. So both pitching staffs strike out 13 batters. The Trappers pitchers walk 10, the Sunfish pitchers walk 8. We'll take you through the final line score one more time before we part ways. The Sioux Falls Sunfish, 9 runs on 9 hits, 3 errors, 13 runners left on base. They advanced to 9-10 on the season and have won 4 in a row. The Trappers 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors, 10 runners left on base. They drop to 6-12, 10 games back, or 9.5 games back on the division-leading Fremont Moo. Andrew Garcia gets the win as the starting pitcher for the Sioux Falls Sunfish. He advances to 3-1 on the year. Jared Shelton gets the loss, his first decision of the year. He falls to 0-1. Getting the save out of the bullpen for the Sunfish was Drew Ballou, his first of the year. Trappers pitchers walk 10, striking out 13. Sunfish pitchers walking 8, striking out 13 as well. Once again, your final score, the Sioux Falls Sunfish 9, the Pierre Trappers 3, as the Sunfish sweep the Trappers here from Hyde Stadium in a quick 2-game series. Trappers back in action tomorrow, 7:05 from Corbett Field in Minot, North Dakota. Day off for the Sioux Falls Sunfish before returning to action against the Wheat City Whiskey Jacks in a special 3-game series from Carroll, Iowa. One more time, your final score, the Sunfish 9 and the Trappers 3. I'm Tyler Katz from Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota. Have a